Live from Wilford Moore Stadium in Abilene, Texas, SHN Sports presentation of Southwestern University football is on the air. This afternoon, the Southwestern Pirates, 3-3 overall this season, 2-3 in the American Southwest Conference, hit the road to take on the McMurray Warhawks, who are 0-6 this year and 0-5 in the American Southwest Conference. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into the broadcast. So glad to have you along. Brad Tillery up here in the radio booth. We got Michael Francis here today as well. He's on the sidelines right now for the pregame interview here in just a bit. He'll join us in the booth in a little bit later. Also got Mickey Holden on camera, and Nathan Height up here as our producer-engineer. If you notice on your stream right now, there is not a video shot. We are having a couple of technical difficulties, working on that to get you the video going as soon as possible. Until then, we're going to call it just like a radio broadcast, and we will be able to at least bring you play-by-play of what's going on here today up in Abilene as the Southwestern Pirates look to get back on the winning train. Southwestern, of course, took a loss last week at home to the number one ranked team in the country, Mary Hardin Baylor. Final score was 33-3, but a game where the defense for Southwestern really stepped up and played well and held one of the best offenses in the country to 33 points, and that was despite the defense being put on some short fields due to some special team errors. As far as McMurray goes, well, they've lost every game this season, but if you watch the coaches show this past Thursday night with head coach Joe Austin, he mentioned McMurray is playing better football, and you go straight to last week. They went on the road against one of the better teams in the ASC and lost by just 2 points, 21-19 the final score, as East Texas Baptist was able to slip by the McMurray Warhawks, and your Southwestern Pirates take the field out there as well right now on the far sideline. But McMurray playing better as the season has worn on, and they have a homecoming game today against Southwestern, so a pretty good crowd on hand here in Abilene as the Pirates will take on the Warhawks this afternoon. So glad to have you all along. If you would, please comment, like, subscribe on your stream with us as well. We'd love to know where you're listening from, who's listening, and be able to shout you out at some point during the broadcast. Again, if you're just joining us as we get underway here, we apologize, no video just yet. We're working on that to get it fixed and hope to have you videos set up here in just a few minutes, just a few technical difficulties as we get started. We're going to send it down to the field with Michael Francis and head coach Joe Austin.
Coach, what was your message to your team coming out of the locker room today?
Energy. I think that's a big deal for us. We're, in my opinion, the better football team, and I think energy will go a long way in showing that. They're a young team who had a really close win or close loss last week, and so their momentum's on the upswing. So I want them to have energy from the beginning and kind of take some of their energy away.
How about your quarterback rotation today? How does that shake out?
Yeah, Coleman Kerr's going to start. Had a great week of practice. Still not quite 100%. And J.J. Slack also had a really good week of practice. So we're going to use both those guys, a little bit different dynamic with them. But we're trying to get back to running what we want to run on offense that we've been really successful with in past seasons.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Good luck today.
Thanks, Michael.
All right, Michael, we appreciate it with Coach Joe Austin. You heard him say that this McMurray team is a bit young, and when you look at the two deep for McMurray, it is one that features a lot of sophomores and freshmen on the defensive side. Just 3 upperclassmen on the roster for the two deep, and on offense, as you look at them, only 4 upperclassmen. So a lot of youth on this McMurray football team as they have taken the field. We're going to step aside, the McMurray band on the field, to play the national anthem here in just a second. And then when we come back, we'll have kickoff today between the McMurray Warhawks and the Southwestern Pirates here from Abilene, Texas. Stick around. This is Southwestern Football on SHN Sports.
Bow with me. Gracious and loving Lord, we thank you for this beautiful day and for our McMurray alumni, students, and community gathered for homecoming. We are thankful for the work of the many hands and hearts that make this day possible. As we welcome our guests joining us now in this vigorous competition, remind us that we are all members of the family of God. Join with us as we cheer on our favorites and charge us to be fair-minded in our support. Grant your safe care for the well-being of our athletes, and let our civility to each other be a witness to all. We pray this in the name of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please remain standing for our national anthem, performed by the McMurray Marching Warhawk Band and conducted by 2013 alumnus Lance Mosley.
Well, a nice job by the McMurray band as they play the national anthem on the field. We get set for football here this afternoon. So glad to have you all along. Brad Tillery up here in the booth. Michael Francis will join us in a bit. We apologize for the technical difficulties, folks, we're having with our cameras right now. We're working hard to get that fixed as soon as possible. And as soon as we do, we will have the air for you with the video. Just a few difficulties. Unfortunately, it is a reality of live TV and live video, but we're working hard technically to get it figured out as soon as we can. The two teams coming out to midfield for the coin flip today. I mentioned earlier it is McMurray's homecoming. They are wearing the home burgundy uniforms with the white numerals, the burgundy helmets with the white or the white on the helmets as well, white pants for the homestanding McMurray Warhawks. As for the Southwestern Pirates, the traditional road unis, the white uniforms with the black and gold trim, the black helmets with the gold stripe down the middle, and the white pants with the black and gold trim down the sides. As the two teams shake hands at midfield with the captains, and we continue to work up here, folks. If you hear a little bit of noise going in and out up here, it's just us trying to quickly figure out what's going on with the video, and as soon as we can get it figured out, we will make sure it's up and running for you folks. And like I said, until then, we're going to call this like an old school radio broadcast. We do apologize for the inconvenience, and we will get it fixed as soon as we possibly can. Two teams meeting there at midfield, waiting for the official flip from the referee. There it is. Coin is in the air. Looking down at it, Southwestern has won the toss. Southwestern choosing to receive the football to start the ball game. It is a nice day here in Abilene, by the way. 62 degrees, sunny outside, no wind to speak of. So a perfect day for football here this afternoon in Abilene, Texas. We made the drive up this morning on the broadcast crew, as I know Southwestern came up here last night getting set up for the game, stayed overnight. And the Pirates will get the ball first, sending the offense out on the field. Head coach Joe Austin choosing to do that, as McMurray will play defense here to start the football game. Mr. Francis able to join us up here in the booth now after pulling double duty. He's doing sideline for interviews and color commentating today. Mr. Michael Francis, welcome into the broadcast, sir.
Thank you very much, Brad.
Well, you've seen every game. You know, people may not hear you out here on the air every week, but you're up in the booth with us every week. You're producing, you're helping us run scoreboards, things like that. You've been watching the Southwestern team all year long. You know as well as I do, there's the fifth quarterback being used. But a good game for Southwestern last week, despite the 33-3 loss.
Oh, an outstanding game. You know, you can't hang your head off that kind of loss to the number one team in the nation when you're on your fifth quarterback in J.J. Slack, and he comes in and performs as exceptional as he did last week.
Well, McMurray will kick this one away, moving right to left as you listen. Southwestern sends a couple of men back. It'll be Austin Castilleja and David Brandenburg back there returning for the Pirates. As McMurray, number 9, will kick it away. That is Pablo Simontal. The Warhawks with the beat of the drum here on the sidelines, getting set to kick it away. The run-up by Simontal. The boot meets leather, and we are underway here this afternoon in Abilene. Brandenburg fields it around the 20, goes out to the hash mark to the left. He's got a hole out to about the 29, tackled there. And Southwestern, ball came loose late, but the referee says that Brandenburg was down. McMurray came up with the football, but it will be Southwestern football right around the 30-yard line. Just underway here in Abilene. So glad to have you all along. Trying to figure out a alternate video option here for you folks as we get moving. First and 10 for Southwestern. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left. As Coleman Kerr comes in at quarterback, he'll throw a quick bubble screen near side to Brandenburg. Caught, got a good block across the 30 to the 35. Brandenburg pushes his way forward out to the 37-yard line. But a really good first down play for Southwestern as they pick up 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, that was good coverage by McMurray to keep that from picking up even more yardage. Number 17, Roman Rosas, to stand Brandenburg up first.
Second down and 2 for Southwestern after the 8-yard gain. 4 wide receivers in the set, 2 to each side. Man goes in motion. It is a fake handoff. Ball's on the ground on the exchange. It's a pileup at the 38-yard line. There's a late flag coming in as well. We'll see who's got it.
I think that's going to be a sideline violation.
Yeah, I do too.
Against McMurray.
But I think McMurray's got the football. They're coming out of it saying they do, and the referees agree. So Coleman Kerr fumbles on the exchange on the snap, and McMurray gets an early turnover and some momentum on the home game.
And that's definitely the thing that you want to avoid is self-inflicted wounds. And they had a number of them against TLU just a few weeks ago, Brad. And we really don't want to see that here today. As Coach Austin mentioned in the pregame, he wants to come out with a lot of energy, and be explosive and take care of this game early.
So it's 1st and 10 McMurray from the Southwestern 38. Warhawks fans getting loud below us here. Man to the right of the starting quarterback, Hagan Garvin, wearing the number 6. Handoff up the middle. Cutting back inside is Cameron Session. He's out across the 35 to about the 34-yard line on first down.
Initial stop by Jackson Reese as he grabs him by the ankles to take him down.
Cameron Session back in the backfield with Garvin. Handoff to Session over the left side. Bounces it out across the 30 up to about the 27 before he's finally wrestled down by the Southwestern defense. It was Caleb Richardson on the tackle, but that should be enough for a first down for the Warhawks.
Well, the defense is going to have to do a better job moving down the line, Brad. They kind of bunched up the middle, suspecting that the run was going to come up the middle, and it punches to the outside, to the edge. They're going to have to do a better job of making their line or their track down the line to stop those kind of plays.
McMurray needed 6. They got 7. It is second down. Or, excuse me, 1st and 10 rather for McMurray. Handoff left side. There goes Session again, cutting upfield. He's into the open. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, McMurray Warhawks here early in the ballgame. 27-yard touchdown scamper for Cameron Session. Well, they take advantage, do the Warhawks, of the early turnover by Southwestern. And it is already 6-0 with an extra point on the way.
Well, that is definitely not suspected or expected here against Southwestern, as their defense has played so tough against the run versus Mary Hardin Baylor and coming into this week. And they just found the crease and was able to take it into the end zone.
6-0 McMurray. Extra point is a 2-point conversion attempt, and it is good. They lined up to kick. Instead, they threw it. Kevin Hurley was found in the end zone, and McMurray converts. It is now 8-0 Warhawks.
So definitely an unexpected play right there, Brad. And Southwestern is going to have to regroup and come back and take advantage of their next possession and drive it down the field and make some points and answer this Warhawk score.
Folks, we're going to step aside for just a minute. We're going to stop the stream, get the video fixed. We're going to come right back as soon as we get it fixed. It is 8-0 Warhawks. Stick with us right here on the stream. Back in just a few minutes. Folks, we're back here in McMurray and Abilene. Apologies for all the delays. We're still working on video. We wanted to make sure we got as much of this game audio-wise as we could to you as we continue to work through the issues. Southwestern went on a good long drive, fumbled in McMurray territory, and now McMurray has the football for the second time today. They lead it 8-0 after taking advantage of a Southwestern fumble in their own territory earlier in the ballgame in a short field. It was a 27-yard touchdown run from Cameron Session. McMurray, though, just goes 3 and out after the second fumble recovery of the game for the Warhawks, and now they will punt it away. We have 10:27 to go in the opening quarter of play, with McMurray leading this 8-0. Snap back, McMurray punts it away. Back on it for Southwestern to return is Max Patton, and that'll bounce out of bounds, and Southwestern will take over. Michael, your thoughts so far?
McMurray has come out on fire, and they have definitely taken it to Southwestern. The misfortunate is with the previous fumble is that Kerr on his pitch out to the running back actually missed the pitch out and fumbled it, and McMurray recovers, but fortunately the defense stepped up this time and was able to get them to go 3 and out and get the ball back into the offense's hands.
So Southwestern takes over at their own 35-yard line here with 10:20 to go in the opening quarter, down 8-0. There's a fake handoff. Kerr around the left side on the option. He's going to keep it up to the 40-yard line, makes a couple of men miss. He's down to about the 44, so a nice first down run there by Coleman Kerr out of the backfield.
Kerr's had a couple of good runs so far in the game, Brad. He's seeing the field well. He's making his cuts well, and it's good to see him back in form this week.
2nd down and 1 to go here for Southwestern. It is Pirate football at their own 44. McMurray lining up in kind of a 3-3-5 stack. Man on the sweep in motions, Castilleja. He's got it around the corner. Got a first down to Moore across the 50. Pushed out of bounds around the 45 of McMurray. That's plenty enough for a first down, though, in an 11-yard gain.
And he was surrounded by Warhawks and was able to break through and make a uphill run for that first down.
1st and 10 rather. They haven't updated the board out there. It's 1st and 10 for the Southwestern Pirates as they look to drive on McMurray. Again, we apologize for all the video issues today, folks, as we are working diligently to get it all figured out. First and 10. Coleman Kerr takes the snap, rolling to his left. Got an option man if he wants it. He's going to keep it. Cut back upfield after a couple of men miss him in the backfield. He's out to about the 40. A really, really good job by Coleman Kerr there to make a few men miss and make something out of nothing.
Yeah, he made something with his feet and then kept his feet moving and was able to actually kind of break the ankles of that defender and shake him off and take it upfield for positive yardage.
2nd and 5 for the Pirates. As folks, looks like we have some video going. If you see it, we're just trying to get it all set up here in the booth, so apologies for the shakiness that you see on your screen right now, but we actually do have a camera going up here in the booth now, at least a handheld. So it might be a bit shaky. We will get it going as much as possible, folks, and get it all figured out as the game goes along. 2nd and 5. There's a handoff around the end to Castilleja. Cuts upfield, 35 to the 30. He's off to the races. Fire the cannons. Touchdown, Pirates. Austin Castilleja takes it 40 yards.
No flags on that play, and he found the running lane to the outside edge. And you and I talked about that before the game, Brad, that Southwestern should have the edge in speed versus McMurray today, and Castilleja takes advantage of that.
Well, Southwestern down 2 now after the McMurray Warhawks went for 2 earlier in the ball game. Looks like the Pirates will choose to go for the extra point with Will Erbst out there. Castilleja with a 40-yard touchdown run around the right end. Extra point up, and it is good. And your new score with 8:13 to go in the opening frame, the Warhawks lead the Southwestern Pirates 8-7.
That's outstanding effort by Southwestern after giving up 2 turnovers to McMurray to come down here and answer and get this game back closer to where it should be.
Folks, we'll continue work on the video here for the Pirates, by the way. That was a 4-play drive that went 65 yards. It didn't take much time off the clock either. Just 2 minutes and 7 seconds for the Pirates to cash in and score quickly. And now Southwestern will line back up here, kick it away, and see if they can get off the field after the 3-and-out last time on defense following the fumble.
Where McMurray really struggled during that possession was they kept that 3-man front, and Southwestern took advantage of the mismatch by taking it to the outside edge and able to take it to the house for the score.
Well, it is Southwestern kicking away left to right as you listen and watch on your screen here. Erbst with the run-up. He will kick it away. It's an end-over-end kick that will be fielded at the goal line. Coming back on it with McMurray out to about the 15, and he'll be tackled inside the 15 at the 17.
Great coverage by Southwestern on that kick return to limit the yardage and keep him short of the 20. And now the defense needs to come out and do their job.
So McMurray with the football. They will take over at the 17-8, their own 17 here. As we get back to play, sorry, we're a little discombobulated up here, folks. Still trying to figure out everything that's going on after some issues. 3 wide for McMurray. They got Hagan Garvin in a backfield. He will hand it off up the middle, and that picks up just about a yard or two.
And that's what this defensive front for Southwestern can do. They can limit the ground game for their opponents. Granted, they struggled in that first series with the turnover to McMurray, and they were able to take it into the end zone. But since then, they have effectively stopped the run of these Warhawks.
2nd down for McMurray, 8 to go from their own 19. Handoff over the right side. That's D. Robinson. He'll cut up the middle, and he's out across the 30-yard line. A 1st down at the 31.
Garvin doing a great job of selling the play action and actually had a defender try to wrap him up, and the running back, D. Robinson, takes it upfield.
There's another handoff. Robinson again on the carry. He's tripped up in the backfield, able to keep his feet out to the 35. And a pickup of 4. They'll actually mark him at the 36. 2nd down, 6 to go here. We're getting resituated up here, folks. Sorry, there's another handoff to Robinson over the left side. Trying to find a hole, and he is held on to by the jersey and taken down. Really good job by Garrett Womack there to hold on to everybody and stay alive. And Robinson not able to get upfield, only gets back to the 36, so maybe the 37. They'll give him a yard on the play. Here comes 3rd and 5. Snapback, throw, far sideline. It is almost intercepted by Southwestern. Coming up with it just nearly there. On the interception was number 6. Apologies, we're getting the right names on the roster. Southwestern's had so many changes due to injuries. And that'll be 4th down coming up. Punting away here for McMurray. Sorry, folks, we're having some more difficulties. We're getting it figured out. It is 8-7. McMurray leads, 6:28 to go in the opening quarter. McMurray in their punt formation. It is Patton back deep for Southwestern. This ball will bounce up to him. He's going to field it on the hop, trying to get back upfield, and only gets to about the 30-yard line. But a good job to field that football for Max Patton and make sure that it didn't go any further downfield, Michael.
He did a good job on that. They're going to have to do a really good job, and he did on this one right here because the Warhawks are really working to strip that football out of their arms.
So Southwestern takes back over at the 31. Pirates when Coleman Kerr goes back out there. 4 wide receivers, or 3 wides here for Southwestern. Kerr looks like he's got Heim in the backfield with him. Kerr's rolling left. That's actually not Heim. That is Elijah Smith, and Eli will cut around the corner, get back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe no more, in a short game. Hang on 1 second here, folks. Second down, 10 to go here for Southwestern. Snap back, looking down the middle, got a man open. It is bobbled and off the fingertips of Brandenburg, incomplete. Coleman Kerr, little roll action fake to the left, stopped and had Brandenburg right down the middle, and Brandenburg just couldn't haul it in. Here comes 3rd and 10, Michael. Tough break there for the Pirates, as that was definitely there. 3rd and 10 as we work to get our video back, guys. Tight formation here for the Pirates, moving left to right. Fake handoff, rolling to his right again. Kerr looking to run. Now he's going to shift back the other way. Ball is out. 3rd time Southwestern's fumbled it today, and the 3rd time McMurray has recovered. McMurray drops the ball back. Let's see who came up with this. if Southwestern has the football, it's actually a Southwestern 1st and 10. McMurray had that long enough to move forward with it. Southwestern has the ball. This should be Pirate football, and I think it's a new set of downs here, Michael.
It should be, because he had the ball long enough to have possession, and he was held up, and the ball came loose. And so in the scrum, they're still trying to make that decision right there. So it should be 1st and 10.
First and 10 Pirates. So the Southwestern Pirates get a new set of downs. What a break for Southwestern there. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. It would have been a punt situation. Instead, the Pirates with the football again. So once we get to the end of the quarter, folks, we're going to stop one more time and restart the camera so we can make sure we get everything running right. We had it going for a second, and there's a pitch out to the left side. Going around there, number 34. Ball out again, and McMurray this time recovers at the 24. I believe that was Eli Smith with the carry, if I'm not mistaken. And instead, the McMurray Warhawks able to pick it up at the 26. So Southwestern just having a hard time with holding on to the football here in the early going, Michael. So a fumble for the Pirates. McMurray taking over at their own 26-yard, or excuse me, at the Southwestern 26. Second time today McMurray started deep in Southwestern territory.
It's the 4th turnover for Southwestern just in this early first quarter, Brad.
10 minutes into the game, 4 times on the ground.
You can't make those kinds of mistakes and expect to win the ball game.
There's a snapback. The ball bobbled by the quarterback, Garvin, able to pick it up. He will roll to his left, throw towards the end zone. He's got a man. It's incomplete. Southwestern may have gotten away with one. Looked like a flag could have potentially been thrown there on Damian Dawson, but instead they say it was no penalty.
Yeah, I didn't really think that it was, because he was turned around trying to make the play and ended up backing into the receiver who had to come over to the top of him. So he was in position to make the play. But unfortunately for McMurray, they weren't able to make that catch.
Second down as the handoff goes up the middle. And Cameron Session pushes his way forward to the 19-yard line. So it'll be up 3rd down and about 2 or 3 here for McMurray. Again, Garvin looking to the near sideline for the call. Trying to check with his coach's staff here. Garvin fakes the handoff, throws over the middle. It is caught right around the 16, just enough, I think, for a first down, as McMurray on the near hash mark finds complete to Ariel Dorsey, and that will move the sticks.
Well, he was fortunate to actually make that, as that ball was tipped as he threw it, and just took enough off of it that his receiver could make the catch.
So 1st and 10 in the red zone now. McMurray. Garvin fakes the handoff, throws near side on the bubble screen. One-man miss. It is caught inside the 10, complete. And down in the red zone goes Montrell Motton, and it'll be second down and about 4 for McMurray. They can pick up a first down if the Warhawks can get to about the 6-yard line here. Another handoff. This one up the middle to Session. Makes a man miss. Over the left side, he's in. Touchdown, McMurray Warhawks. Cameron Session with his 2nd touchdown run of the ball game. And McMurray has extended the lead.
Very surprising at this score early in the first quarter, but the thing that takes that surprise away, Brad, is the fact that Southwestern has turned the ball over 4 times, and you kill yourself by doing that.
Both touchdowns for McMurray have come on a 38-yard field and a 26-yard field, so a couple of short fields McMurray's cashed in both times. Extra point on the way here. It is up. This time they kick it. It is good. And your new score, with 3:48 to go in the opening period, McMurray leads Southwestern by a count of 15-7. 4-play, 26-yard drive for the McMurray Warhawks, taking 1 minute, 37 seconds off the clock. Folks, we're going to stop the stream real quick, come back live. We should have video hooked up once it's done, I do believe. Assuming the power's turned on over here, we'll try to make sure it's all set. Actually, we're going to try and maybe stop it at the end of the first period and see if we can get everything up and running one more time with the camera here in the booth. 15-7 McMurray over Southwestern, as we do appreciate your patience listening along. Calling it, Michael, a little bit old school, like a radio broadcast today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with you and I both doing high school football, Brad, we experienced that on Friday nights because although we're recording the video, we can't stream the video live, so it's like a radio broadcast and audio only.
We'll get it all figured out, folks. We do appreciate your patience, as it is a 15-7 lead here for McMurray. And Southwestern will get the ball back here. McMurray very much dominating this football game so far. Southwestern, though, kind of getting in their own way a bit. 4 fumbles already for Southwestern in this game.
Yes, and that just makes it hard to come back from. But, I mean, the game's still in reach.
Yeah. Plenty of time. Still the first quarter as the kick away. Coming up to field it is Brandenburg. He'll take it at the 20, cuts up to the 25, makes a man miss to the near sideline on the 30. Take it down around the 32-yard line. That's where Southwestern will take over. Right at the 32 with 3:41 to go here in the first period.
Well, Southwestern has its hands full. That they just need to stay with that energy that Coach Austin was talking about and play with that. Don't hang your heads about the mistakes because you can't take them back. You just got to keep moving forward.
1st and 10 here for Southwestern as Coleman Kerr leads his offense back on the field. He's got Devin Shaw back there with him. Snap. Handoff left side. That's Castilleja going around the end. He's got some lead blockers up to the 35, down to the sideline, pushed out of bounds near the 40. But a really good first down run for Southwestern, and Castilleja has been very effective around the end so far.
He really has. He's got the speed to get around the edge, and McMurray's opting to stay with that 3-man front, although they're bringing linebackers up to play the ends. Southwestern still able to get the edge.
2nd down and about 3.5 or 4 here for Southwestern. 3:15 to go here in the first quarter of play. Handoff again. Castilleja coming the other way near side. Cuts up the field. This time he's taken down from behind at the 39-yard line, as it was big number 98 for the McMurray Warhawks coming in and making the tackle. That was Jalen Gomez, the junior defensive end. 3rd and short for Southwestern. They need the 41. Ball at the 39 here. Kerr has Elijah Smith in the backfield to his left. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the near side on the right. Ball on the right hash mark, moving left to right as you listen. There's a snap. Kerr to the left. He'll pitch it out to Smith, who's able to snag it. Going over the left side and out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Pitch almost a little too wide for Eli Smith, but he's able to pull it in, and he's out of bounds at the 45, enough for a first down.
Yeah, Kerr has really been struggling with the pitch. And turnovers have happened because of that, because he pitches it out ahead of the back, and the back's having to bobble the ball, and in his running it comes loose, and that gets turned over. So he's going to have to work on that.
Ball now on the left hash. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kerr moving to his left, will stop, looking to throw down the middle. He finds Brandenburg a little too tall and incomplete. The play was broken up back there by Chris Baker, the freshman safety, but ball maybe a little too high for Brandenburg, thrown into double coverage. It's the same play we saw earlier where the ball was off the fingertips of Brandenburg and incomplete.
Right, yeah, and it was, again, off the fingertips. And Kerr definitely has good touch on the ball, but, look to see J.J. Slack in here probably before too long.
2nd down, 10 to go for Southwestern. Ball at their own 45-yard line. 1 minute 56 to go in the first quarter. Handoff to Eli Smith on the counter. And Elijah will fumble it over near the sideline. Ball runs out of bounds as it takes a Southwestern bounce. Officially marked out at the 48, so it'll be 3rd down and 7. Southwestern coming back out. 3rd and 7 for the Pirates at the 48-yard line. They need the McMurray 45 for a new set of downs. There's a handoff, faked, throw near sideline. It is incomplete, looking for Brandenburg. He didn't get his head around in time. I don't know if he was expecting that throw so quickly from Coleman Kerr, and it's incomplete. Southwestern will punt it away.
Yeah, I think he was looking for another receiver, and Brandenburg just happened to be in the area. But the one receiver who was his target didn't turn around to come back to the pass.
15-7 your score. The Warhawks lead Southwestern here in the first quarter as McMurray has taken advantage of 2 short fields. Southwestern has already put the ball on the turf 4 different times today. McMurray has recovered every one of them. Now, well, one of the fumbles Southwestern got back immediately. It was a double fumble kind of play as the punt is away, nearly blocked, but a really nice high spiraling kick from Victor Winfield, fielded at the 10-yard line by Ariel Dorsey. He's at the 20, got a hole out to the 30-yard line and tackled from behind right around the 37 as he's ridden from behind down by J.J. Slack. A 27-yard return for McMurray, but talked about that kick from Winfield. He was really good last week, too. Victor Winfield flipped the field several times into and against the wind last week, too.
Well, as you mentioned last week during the broadcast, Winfield had some NFL-quality punts. And he shows that again today. It spirals off his foot. It looks like it's coming off as a pass.
The ball at the McMurray 36 as the Warhawks take over here, 1st and 10, leading by 8 over the Pirates. Snap and a handoff up the middle. That is D. Robinson with the football. He's out to about the 40-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 4 on 1st down. D. Robinson, the primary rusher for this McMurray team. Last week, he had 17 carries for 65 yards in their close loss. There's a handoff to Robinson again, little stutter step up the middle, and finally wrestled down around the 43-yard line by a host of Pirates. In there on the tackle was big number 34, Nicholas Smith, and here comes 3rd and 2. See how McMurray decides to play this. Robinson, I believe, came off the field after that play. Looks like Cameron Session, who has 2 touchdown runs, is in there at running back now on this 3rd and short situation. Session last week in their loss, 18 carries for 96 yards. And McMurray's going to choose to let the clock run here, and that will end the first quarter. So after 15 minutes of football here in Abilene, the McMurray Warhawks lead Southwestern 15-7. Folks, we're going to stop the stream for 1 second, see if we can get our video back up. We'll be right back here with SU football on SHN Sports. Back here at Abilene as the Southwestern Pirates have allowed a 1st down to McMurray. It is now 2nd and about 7 to go here for McMurray. A 1st down run, by the way, from Cameron Session there on 3rd down. Push the ball out to the 49-yard line. It's now 2nd and 7. Ball at the Southwestern 48. Handoff to Session over the left side, and he will push ahead to the 40. That's another 1st down. Glad to have you along. Folks, I think we got most of the video figured out here. We do apologize for all the technical difficulties today. We don't have the normal shot that we usually do, but it is at least video and we can show everything that's happening here. It'll be a 1st down run for Session. Fake handoff. Garvin looking to pass, getting pressure in the backfield, rolling out to his right. Scampering across the 40, he'll tuck it, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. And it was number 50 chasing him out there for Southwestern, Chris Crawford. Mr. Francis checking a few things for us as well. He's going to hop back in. We'll also get you some first quarter stats as we continue on with this broadcast. Ball at the 37 for Southwestern with McMurray leading 15-7. There's a fake handoff. Throw far side. It's picked off by Southwestern going the other way. See you later. Fire the cannons. Touchdown, Pirates. Damian Dawson taking it to the house. My goodness, what a turn of events as the Southwestern Pirates get a pick six. Damian Dawson read the bubble screen perfectly, Michael.
He jumped the route, and there was no way they were going to be able to catch him because he was in full stride by the time he jumped the route and took it to the house.
Damian Dawson taking it all the way, about a 60-yard return or so. And now Will Herbst will line it up for the extra point try.
That's a shot in the arm that Southwestern needed right there, Brad.
Huge.
Get their momentum back in this ball game.
Extra point from Herbst. Up. It is good. And your new score with 13:29 to go here in the first half of play. McMurray still leads it, but the lead is cut to a point, 15-14. You just could not have asked for anything better for Southwestern right there than Damian Dawson jumping that route. And once he caught it, there was no one between here and Dallas to stop him.
Nobody. he had clear field the rest of the way. He like you said, he could have run all the way to Dallas. Nobody was going to catch him.
So we look at first half statistics. First half, both teams had 5 first downs. Southwestern with 8 passing yards, McMurray with 10. Total yardage, 114 for Southwestern, 92 for McMurray. The big stat, though, were the fumbles. 5 fumbles in the first half for Southwestern. They lost 4 of them. McMurray, 1 fumble that was lost. And that will be pretty much your first half rundown. Austin Castilleja, 59 yards rushing in the first half with a touchdown as well. Eli Smith has 24 to go along with him. So glad to have you all along. Thank you so much for your patience out there, folks. We know we've had some difficulties, especially with our cameras and stuff today. We've got that up and running. We do appreciate your patience and sticking around with us today, and glad to have you all here for the broadcast as Southwestern takes on the McMurray Warhawks. It is homecoming today here at McMurray, as Herbst will line up to kick it away. The left-footed kicker puts the arm up in the air. Here's the run-up and the kick. Little pop-up punt, or pop-up kickoff, rather. Fielded at the 25, bobbled, and then taken from there by McMurray. The up-back, number 21, is the receiver taking that football, and that was Weston Halcomb, the backup running back. So McMurray takes over around the 30.
Now Southwestern defense comes back out on the field and pumped up from their last takeaway that went all the way to the house and put some defensive points on the board. Looks to come back out and take care of business and put Southwestern in charge of this ball game.
Ball at the 31 as McMurray takes over. Man in the backfield, D. Robinson with the quarterback, Hagan Garvin. Robinson takes the carry, makes one man miss in the backfield, but no more, as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like big number 42, Garrett Womack, was there on the tackle.
Picks up just a little bit.
Maybe half a yard, and that's about it on the gain.
Womack out of Lake Travis High School.
Say hello to Susan Dunaway and Terilyn Minifield listening in and watching the broadcast today. Thanks so much. Rolling right, and a pitch out to D. Robinson at the 30. Tries to jump over a defender, and he's taken down at the 35. He tried to jump over one man and did, but just waiting right there for him was Damian Dawson and Peyton Vaughn combining on that tackle, and here comes third down. Ball spotted at 36, so 3rd and 5 on the way. Southwestern nearly jumped there. Garvin now looking to the sidelines after the offense, or the coaches rather, got a look at what Southwestern was trying to do. 4 wide receivers here. Garvin takes the snap, hands off over the left side to Robinson, and he will plow into the line. Only pick up a couple. Credit the Southwestern defense for really stretching that play out there, Michael, giving him nowhere to cut up the field. And it'll be 4th down, and McMurray will have to punt.
4th and short.
Brings up 4th down.
They're in their own end of the field.
They still need 3 more yards here, so it's definitely punt time deep in their own territory.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
McMurray to punt it away. It is Nico Porras, the punter. Puts the boot to it, an end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for and made around the 30-yard line by Max Patton. Ball will be spotted at the 30. Southwestern will take over there, and a chance to take the lead for the Pirates as they trail this thing 15-14. And your early impressions here for the first 20 minutes or so of football, Michael?
Well, I tell you, the impressions that I had before the game, or my expectations that I had before the game, are totally shot with what we've seen here in the first half, with the turnovers committed by Southwestern, but then the makeups with the defense coming up big on their last takeaway has been bringing it back to where it should be.
J.J. Slack in a quarterback in the I formation, takes it himself, breaks a couple of tackles, pulling a defender with him across the 45, and a big first down run for J.J. Slack as he picks up 17. First time we've seen him today.
Well, that's the dynamic that he brings to this offense, Brad. We saw that last week. He's got good, quick feet. He may not be the fastest on the field, but he's smart with his moves.
He's shifty.
He's shifty and able to break to the outside edge and make people miss.
And with him at quarterback, Southwestern likes to go to this power eye look as well. Here it is, 1st and 10 from the 47. Fake handoff, Slack keeps it, cuts up the field, got a convoy of blockers and a big hole up the middle across the 45 into McMurray territory and near a first down. They're going to mark him maybe half a yard shy. They're actually going to move the sticks. First down.
Picks up enough for a Pirates first down.
Just a little bit different look with J.J. Slack in there, Michael. And, you know, you have to really account for him running the football.
You really do. I mean, being a wide receiver, he comes in and plays in the quarterback position. He brings that dynamic of making moves down the field.
Devin Shaw deep at running back in this I formation. Fake handoff, Slack keeps it again, option to the right. This time he's ridden down in the backfield and a loss of yardage there as McMurray comes up with the tackle. It was Khalil Rawson with the tackle, dropping Slack for 5. 2nd and 15. Wind starting to pick up just a little bit here today. Nothing too hard, though. It's after the weather that's come through Texas the last few days, a beautiful afternoon today, about mid-60s and sunny outside. Not much wind out there to speak of. 2nd down, pitch out to Elijah Smith, and it goes off his hands, and he's just able to fall back on it. Another big loss for Southwestern as Elijah Smith falls on it right around his own 42, 43-yard line, but I think that's going to drop Southwestern back about 10 yards. Officially, the 44 is where they will spot it. After the pitched fumble. And here comes 3rd and a mile. Southwestern, 3rd and 25 here. They need the McMurray 33. See if they just run it and try to get to a better punt situation. Pitch out this time to the right side. Going up the sideline is number 20 out there, Jeremiah Richardson, the freshman. Ball on the ground, and McMurray, I think, picked it up. They did.
They stripped it from him, Brad, as he was running because they never brought him down. They stripped it from him and started going the other direction.
Well, another fumble for Southwestern. This one just a pure strip, like Michael said. I had my head down looking for the roster and actually missed it, but glad you kept an eye on that one. Ball at the 39 as McMurray takes over. And, man, Southwestern just cannot keep the football here early today.
They are struggling with it, and these Warhawks, they're working on stripping the football in every tackle. You see those arms going in for the football, and they've been successful a couple of times pulling the ball out.
Ball's at the McMurray 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warhawks here. D. Robinson in the backfield. Takes the snap. Goes over the left side. He's got plenty of room across the 45 into Southwestern territory and down at the Pirate 47-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 14 and a first down. Sinceri getting in there with the tackles, and McMurray's going fast. Another handoff right up the middle. This one to Robinson. He'll bull forward and pick up a few, about 3 yards there on first down. Officially, they'll mark it at the 43, so 2nd and 6. Another handoff to Robinson, this time over the left side. Runs over a defender, pushes his way to the 39. And that'll be 3rd and 2. It was number 50 getting in on the tackle, Chris Crawford. 3rd and 2. They usually go to Session on these 3rd and shorts. Instead, Robinson stays in there, takes the handoff. He's got enough for a first down as he's met right around the yard to gain, but that's plenty of room. Gets about half a yard, and it's first down for McMurray.
Well, Southwestern has gone with a 4-man front to try to slow this run game down, but the offensive line of the Warhawks is doing a good job of opening those holes and giving the running backs plenty of room to move the ball up the field.
Ball at the Southwestern 36, 1st and 10. Session takes the handoff this time. Moving to his left end, he only kicks up a couple. Good defense there by the Pirates, as it was Chris Crawford in there on the tackle again. Also big number 77, Nick Hackett, finding his way in there. Pickup of about a yard. Here comes 2nd and 9. Southwestern nearly jumped there. And now McMurray will look to the sidelines, see what they can find. They want to change up the play. It looks like they may. There's a snap. And it's going to be a quarterback draw for Hagan Garvin up the middle, and he only picks up about 2. Well read there by the Pirates. And here comes 3rd and 7. Very, very well read. Garvin looking back to the sideline again, trying to get his play in. 6:36 to go here in the opening half, with McMurray leading Southwestern by a point. McMurray's letting the clock run down. They may just let the clock go and decide what they want to do and call a timeout here. They've already used 1 timeout in the half, and here is their 2nd one as the McMurray Warhawks choose to run the clock down, and it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up after the timeout. 6:13 to go here in the first half of play. McMurray got on the board first after Southwestern fumbled on the 2nd play of the game. McMurray with a 3-play drive, a quick strike going 38 yards. Cameron Session with a 27-yard touchdown run, making it 8-0 after they converted the 2-point conversion. Southwestern answered right back. Austin Castilleja with a 40-yard touchdown scamper of his own and made it 8-7. A couple of fumbles later, and Session would cash in again as McMurray would get another short field. This one a 26-yard drive, and Session with a 10-yard touchdown run to make it 15-7. A pick 6 by Damian Dawson, though, puts Southwestern back within a point, 15-14, and that is where we stand here in the 2nd quarter.
Hey, you sit there and think about this timeout and who it really benefits. I think it probably benefits the Southwestern defense, as McMurray was in that tempo offense, and you can see those down linemen for Southwestern and really struggling to get their air. So I think this really helped the defense, probably more so than the offense.
It is 3rd and 6 for the Warhawks at their own 33. At the Southwestern 33. There's a fake handoff. Looking to pass Garvin. Will throw towards the end zone down the sideline, and it is well incomplete. Lands out on the track. And here comes 4th down. They tried a little pump and go with the wide receiver Ariel Dorsey, and Southwestern had that covered very well. Looked like number 7 out there on the coverage for the Pirates, Caleb Richardson. So here comes 4th and 6. McMurray kind of in no man's land here, Michael, so they're going to go for it.
Yeah, it's kind of that 4-down territory where, it's too short to really punt it unless you're going to take delay of game penalty to move it backwards for you.
Snap back, Hagan to pass. Or Garvin, rather. He will be sacked in the backfield, had nowhere to go with the football, and Southwestern comes up with a stop. Garrett Womack leading the ASC in sacks, and he picks up another one. For for Womack. That is 7.5 now this season.
Outstanding stop by that Southwestern defense, and that goes back to that timeout that the Warhawks took. They had Southwestern on their heels as they were driving in that tempo offense. They take the timeout and allow Southwestern to catch their breath, and then they're able to turn around and make that stop.
6:02 to go here in the opening half. J.J. Slack in at quarterback. Ball at the 38 for Southwestern after the big stop. McMurray really crowding the line of scrimmage. 7 men in the box here. There's the fake handoff. Slack's going to keep it around right in on the option, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage by number 52, Devin Nixon, the freshman. No gain. Here comes second down.
Second down and 10 for the Pirates.
This will be the first of 2 trips to Abilene this year for Southwestern. They'll end the season right back here just a few miles away against Hardin-Simmons later on this year. Hardin-Simmons on the road today. They're playing the number 1 ranked Mary Hardin-Baylor Crusaders. We'll have an update from there in just a little bit. Man in motion. There's a pitch back to Elijah Smith over the right side, and he'll push his way up to the 40. Gain of 2. Here comes 3rd and 8. Interesting there, Mike. I don't know if you noticed. As soon as J.J. Slack pitched it, he turned himself into a blocker and cut up field. You don't see that out of a quarterback too much, but he's kind of that hybrid wide receiver quarterback, so he can do that.
Right, yeah, you see a lot that he does, and putting his body there in harm's way, I guess you'd say, for a quarterback, and actually making blocks downfield.
3rd down, 8 to go with 4 minutes and 48 seconds. Clock is rolling here in the second quarter. A pretty quick moving first half. Man in motion. Slack pitches it back. Up the middle they go for the Pirates and wrestle down at the 46 is where they'll officially mark Jeremiah Richardson, the freshman from Little Elm, Texas. Thought he might have gotten an extra yard or 2 there, but his knee dragged down, and here comes 4th and 2.
Deshaun Johnson on the tackle for the Warhawks brings up 4th down.
So Southwestern will punt this away. And the Warhawks will send a man deep. Victor Winfield to kick it away for the Pirates. Back to return for McMurray is Ariel Dorsey. Clock still running here. The snap to Winfield. They're coming for it, and Winfield gets it away. A little spinning like a top kick that's fielded at the 15-yard line, but a good job by Winfield not only to flip the field there just a bit, pin McMurray inside the 20, but also to get that ball away because the Warhawks were coming after it.
Yes, they were.
3:46 to go here in the first half of play. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Don't forget Southwestern back on the air next week as well. The Pirates return home for 2 straight. Next week they'll take on East Texas Baptist, a 1 o'clock kickoff in Georgetown.
And they'll look to avenge a loss from last year to East Texas.
Say hello to James Brandenburg listening in and watching from Little Rock, Arkansas as the snap goes back. Handoff right up the middle to D. Robinson, and the Southwestern defensive line just stuffed that immediately, a short gain of 1.
Sessions on the carry.
Actually, that was Sessions on the carry. My apologies.
Second down and 9 for the Warhawks. Here, Womack on the tackle for the Pirates.
Second down, 9 to go. 2 receivers on the near side. A man in the backfield is Session. They will fake the handoff. Looking to pass, throwing down the middle. It is complete at the 34-yard line, thrown a little bit behind Kevin Hurley, who made a really nice adjustment to catch that football, Michael.
Yes, he did. I was about to say the same exact thing, Brad. You took the words right out of my mouth.
That ball was thrown well behind him, and Hurley kind of stopped his route. If it was thrown in front of him, he had room to run. 3 minutes, rather, in the first half. There's a handoff to Session over the right side. He's tripped up in the backfield, able to keep his feet and get out to the 39-yard line. Picks up 5 yards there on first down. Damian Dawson in on the tackle.
Second down and 5.
Second and 5 now.
I think Southwestern may be somewhat surprised at how well.
Hagan Garvin hands off to Cameron Session, and he It's back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up half a yard, so here comes third down.
And how well or effectively that McMurray's moving the ball.
They're getting the push, especially on that offensive line. They're doing pretty well so far today, moving the football. 7-6, by the way, your score in Belton as Mary Hardin Baylor trails Hardin Simmons, if I'm looking at that correctly. Yeah, 7-6. Hardin Simmons leads that ball game. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half of this one. 9 seconds left on the play clock. McMurray's got to go. Fake handoff, throw on the bubble screen. It is complete, but immediately wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Completed to Ariel Dorsey, but man, oh man, what a play on the defensive side by Jackson Reese to drop him for a loss. Southwestern will take the timeout. McMurray has to punt. Jackson Reese just read that beautifully on the little bubble screen.
Yes, he did.
So Southwestern has a chance to put some points on the board before we go to the half. 1:43 to go. The Pirates just took their first timeout of the half, trailing by a point to McMurray.
I will say this, that if he had played that any better, he would have picked six and went to the house.
You couldn't have played it much better than he just did. Fighting through his blocks and really taking the right angle to get the tackle by Jackson Reese. We heard from him the other night on the coaches show on Thursday night on the SU Football Weekly. Great young man. Wants to go into, if I remember correctly, engineering. He wants to do like construction, architecture, engineering. It's pretty interesting.
Well, that's a very good field to get into right now, for sure.
So McMurray will punt this away from their 37-yard line. Nico Porras will kick it away to Southwestern. Let's see who's back there this time for Southwestern. They've had a couple of guys. Today, Max Patton's been doing most of the returning. Can't actually see the number just because of the way he's turned right now. It is Max Patton back there at the 31. There's the snap. It is kicked away, an end-over-end kick that Patton will drop as he muffed the punt. Ball on the ground. We'll see who's got it. McMurray does. Another Southwestern fumble as the Warhawks come up with it in Southwestern territory at the 27.
Can't get more frustrating than that right there, Brad.
No, I'm sure Coach Austin's just shaking his head over there. It's a game that, McMurray's playing well. Let's not kid ourselves here. But at the same time, Southwestern's giving them short fields and chances and extra possessions.
Hell, you put your defense out on the field for so long, and they're not getting any breaks because of these types of mistakes. Last week we saw special teams mistakes versus Mary Hardin Baylor, and today we're just seeing the fumble bug.
Now, ball at the Southwestern 28, and there's a handoff up the middle to D. Robinson. He gets out to the 24 for a 4-yard gain.
Robinson on the carry.
1:25 to go here in the first half. So where we thought Southwestern would have a chance to put some points on the board right before we went to the locker room, instead McMurray does. 4 wide and a tight set. Fake handoff, rolling to his right, looking for the short pass. It's complete. And out to the 30-yard line goes Ariel Dorsey, back to the 20, excuse me. Short little gain of about 4 yards. Here comes 3rd and 2. So glad to have everybody along. Under a minute now to go. 50 seconds. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Hagen Garvin, taking his time, looking for the right play. The home fans imploring him to hurry up. They want to get some points. A handoff to Robinson up the middle. That'll be enough for a first down and stop the clock as he gets to the 16. 31 seconds to go. Remember, McMurray's already used 2 timeouts here in the half, and that'll be their 3rd. So I believe they are out of timeouts. I'm looking at the board. I don't see timeouts on the board out there. Do you, Michael?
I do not. I've been looking for it.
Yeah. From what I can tell, if I remember correctly, that should be their 3rd timeout used of the half. So McMurray will have to do it now with 28.9 seconds on the clock here in the first half of play. The ball at the Southwestern 16 as the Warhawks try to add some points to their 15-14 lead here in Abilene. sure Coach Austin's going to have plenty to say to his team at the half. And I would imagine 2 words are going to be very, very prominent in the locker room, and that's ball security.
Absolutely. It's got to be.
Ball at the Southwestern 16. 1st and 10 for McMurray. They can pick up a first down. Fake the handoff. Garvin looking to throw. He's got time. Throws the wheel route on the near side, and it's incomplete off the hands of the man coming out of the backfield. That was number 9 who dropped the football. Leo Brownfield, the 4th, the running back, a senior out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That was set up perfectly.
Oh, it was. He would have taken it in for the score.
Second down.
Would have taken it in for the score had he not dropped it.
Yeah, absolutely. 23 seconds to go. Looking to throw over the middle, complete at the 10. And that is short of the first down. It was completed to Ariel Dorsey. Okay, the Warhawks actually did have one more timeout. I was wondering why you would throw over the middle there if you don't have a timeout, but there's your answer. They did have one more. So that is their final timeout of the half, as the ball will be spotted at the 11-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 5. McMurray can get the first down if they can get to a 6-yard line. You would imagine they're going to throw with 14 seconds to go. You can't run it and then line up and kick a field goal or run another play. With Southwestern maybe trying to lay on some folks. So
yeah, you can look at the possibility to run it, but then you're going to have to get up there and spike it.
I don't think you have enough time to reset, to be honest with you, with 14 seconds on the clock.
But stranger things have happened.
I remember I was at a game years ago. It was Auburn, Georgia, and Georgia had had no timeouts. Ball was about the 3-yard line, and Mark Rick decided to run the football with no timeouts down a touchdown. Got stopped, and Auburn a little slow getting off the pile, but the next thing you know, the ball game was over. So I would imagine McMurray's probably going to stick to the air here and try to get it going. The sideline here for McMurray waving the flag, getting their crowd going. It's Trenton Marshall down here getting their team riled up. 3rd and 5. Fake handoff. Now it's going to be a pitch to the near side. A race and tackled in the backfield. No, stayed on his feet. My goodness. Number 9, Brownfield the 4th, stayed on his feet, but he's still tackled inbounds. McMurray trying to fire drill, but they're not going to have enough time to get this off. 2 seconds, 1 second. That will end the half, and McMurray will leave points on the field as we are through 30 minutes of football here in Abilene. Your score, the McMurray Warhawks lead the Southwestern Pirates by a count of 15-14. We'll be back in just a little bit. Folks, stick around, watch the stream. We're going to have music going in the background. And when we come back, we'll have the second half action as McMurray and Southwestern are a good one. Stick around. This is SU Football on SHN Sports. Well, back here in Abilene as we get set for half number 2 of action between the Southwestern Pirates and the McMurray Warhawks. So glad to have you all along. 15-14, McMurray leads this ball game after Southwestern fumbled, I think unofficial count. We got the actually halftime stats here, so let's see here and get to the official number. I know several times Southwestern fumbled 8 times in the first half, lost 6 of them. They gained one of those back immediately, though, on kind of a double fumble play. McMurray fumbled it after regaining possession on the same play. But halftime stats, first down, Southwestern had 7, McMurray 11. On the ground, Southwestern 145 yards, McMurray with 150 on 33 carries. Through the air, Southwestern with just 8 yards on 1 completion, McMurray 6 of 12 for 34, but a pick 6 was thrown as well. Total yardage 153 for the Pirates, 184 for McMurray. And if you look at the scoring in the first half, we'll run you down a recap. If you're just joining us, it was McMurray taking over early in the ball game on the lead after Southwestern fumbled on the second play of the game. McMurray got a short field, cashed in with a 38-yard 3-play drive, a 27-yard touchdown run from Cameron Session, made it 8-0 on a 2-point conversion. Austin Castilleja would strike back, though, on the next drive. He would punch one in from 40 yards on an end-around run. 4 plays, 65 yards for the Pirates, and 2:07 off the clock. It was 8-7 McMurray. After a few fumbles, Session would again take advantage of a short field with the Warhawks. A 4-play, 26-yard drive capped off by a 10-yard run. Cameron Sessions' second run of the ball game for a score in this game for McMurray made it 15-7. A pick six, though, later in the game put Southwestern right back in it. It was Damian Dawson going about 60 yards the other way, and that's where we stand, 15-14 through one half of play here in Abilene. And we'll also run you through some scores elsewhere in college football. In the American Southwest Conference, they're underway at East Texas Baptist. They're tied up with Howard Payne, 7-all in the first quarter. And then at the half in Belton, little bit of surprise here. Hardin Simmons leads Mary Hardin Baylor 7-6. So a bit of a surprise down there. The defending national champs on the ropes at the half. In FBS 1A football, another surprise happening in the Little Apple. Oklahoma trails Kansas State 48-38 with 3 minutes to go, although Oklahoma has the football and driving right now, trying to get back in it for one last gasp. San Jose State leads Army and West Point 34-23. That's late in there. Mississippi State's going to fall in College Station today as the Aggies lead 49-24 late in the fourth quarter. Southern Miss a 13-6 lead over Rice. Wyoming on top of Nevada 21-3. And a big game earlier today that's gone final. Ohio State just wallops Wisconsin 38-7 today. Iowa pitches a shutout 20-0 over Northwestern. Appalachian State 30-3 winners over South Alabama down in Mobile. Miami goes on the road and wins at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh 16-12. Illinois backs up the big win against Wisconsin last week with a road win at Purdue today, 24-6. So back-to-back wins for Illinois, and more games coming later. Back underway here in Abilene as Southwestern will kick it away, moving left to right as you watch. You have the white jerseys. Boot to leather, we're back underway for second half action. Ball fielded around the 10-yard line. Coming up with the football for the McMurray Warhawks is Ariel Dorsey. He gets out to the 30 on the near side, and Will Erbst, the kicker, makes the tackle as Dorsey gets out to about the 37, and that's where McMurray will take over for their first drive here in the second half. Michael, your adjustments and thoughts as we look into second half action.
Well, adjustments are you've got to protect the football. So Southwestern definitely needs to do that. You may think more about direct handoffs than pitch outs to minimize any impact like that, and hold the ball with both hands when you're being tackled to keep from the ball being stripped out.
Ball at the 37, McMurray with it. Snap back. There's a handoff to Cameron Session over the left side. Has a lead blocker. He's out to the 44. And a very, very good first down run for Cameron Session as it was Chris Crawford, the linebacker, stepping up on the tackle. Here comes 2nd and 3. Ball at the 44 at a 7-yard gain on first down there.
Southwestern awfully fortunate that they didn't flag for a late hit.
Garvin fakes the handoff, takes it himself, makes one man miss in the backfield, but not the second, as a good step-up tackle there for the Southwestern defense. Caleb Richardson makes the stop, stopping Garvin around the 45, and it'll be 3rd and short. Third and 1.5, maybe a short 2 here for McMurray. Warhawks looking to the sideline, trying to get the updated play call after Southwestern maybe showed jumping a bit early. Garrett Womack kind of flinched on that left end. Now McMurray will send it up back forward. It's D. Robinson up there with Cameron Session. Handoff to Session. He's bowling his way forward through the hole, and he's got a first down as he's out to the 48.
Well, McMurray has been successful pretty much running the ball game or running game all day long so far. So,
yeah, they've done very well on the ground, have the Warhawks. So far, 150 yards on the ground in the first half. They were averaging right around just under 5 yards a carry. There's another handoff to Session. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Slices and dices his way forward. He's across the 50 to the 49. Gain of about 3, but really kind of a gain of more like 6 because he was stopped in the backfield and just made a man miss. Ball in Southwestern territory now. Session takes another handoff, got a big hole, but he runs right into the back of his offensive lineman and only picks up a yard. Here comes third down. A couple of Southwestern defenders in there on the tackle. Look like Grant Mitchell and Nick Smith combining for the stop.
Pirates have been so successful all season long and on doing a good job of stopping the run, but McMurray is just kind of having their way with that defensive front.
Third down, 7 to go. Opening drive of the second half, the McMurray Warhawks lead Southwestern 15-14. There's a snap, fake handoff, and Garvin's going to keep it, and he is met in the backfield. Garrett Womack dropping him for a loss, and that'll force the punt. Good job by the Southwestern defense and Womack to read that well.
Brings up fourth down.
So fourth down coming. Back deep for Southwestern, Max Patton. He muffed his last opportunity late in the half. And you got to think, we talked about it going into the halftime spot. Coach Austin's probably preaching ball security after Southwestern put the ball on the carpet 8 times in the first half. Punt away. Little wobbler that will bounce around the 20. Patton running up on it. He's going to let this one roll, and McMurray will field it right at the 18-yard line. So Southwestern gets the ball back, but deep in their own territory.
They're only down a point, and it should be so much worse with the turnovers that have been committed, Brad. So they're fortunate to be in this game as close as they are.
See if where they officially marked this. I think at the 19 is where they're putting the ball. It is there.
Pirates will take over first down and 10 on their own 19-yard line.
First down, 10 for the Southwestern Pirates, moving left to right. Kerr throws to the far side to Brandenburg, complete. He's going to go down the sideline and skips across the 30-yard line. That's plenty for a first down, as David Brandenburg will pick up about 11 yards, and that'll move the chains. Good job by Southwestern. Just going to kind of come out and use that extension of the run game there, Michael, and try to get it to the outsides to your speed guys. Remember, Castilleja's taken a couple pretty long ways on the speed sweeps.
He has, and they've been effective. They have the speed on the edge.
First and 10 Southwestern at their 29. Option to the left. Kerr will cut up the field as he had nowhere to go with that football and just falls forward for about a yard. He's second and 9 now. McMurray, we mentioned it. Coach Austin mentioned it Thursday night. We mentioned it coming on the air today. They're playing better football. Last week they lost to East Texas Baptist by just 2 points. So despite being a winless team, it's a young team that's playing better, and you're seeing that today. Second and 9. In motion. Fake handoff. Kerr will keep and run around the left hash mark to the 36-yard line. So a gain of about 5 on the play. Should bring up 3rd and 3 for Southwestern. Officially, they'll mark him down at the 36. Pirates send 3 men wide to the right. 1 down on the left. Ball on the left hash mark as you watch. Kerr takes the snap, throws the little bubble screen near side. Brandenburg spins out of 1 tackle, will push his way forward, and that's going to be really close to a first down. They say he's about half a yard short as David Brandenburg made a couple of guys miss, spun off of 1 tackle there, Michael, but just couldn't get the other one. A couple of missed blocks there, and it allowed that McMurray defense to get enough guys in red jerseys around Brandenburg and not let him get forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing a good job of that.
So a punt here for Southwestern as the 2 teams trade punts coming out of the locker room. McMurray will send a man deep. There's the punt away from Victor Winfield. It is fielded by McMurray around the 29, but a really, really good open field tackle from J.J. Slack as he's able to take down the return man. That was number 16 with a return for McMurray.
Smith on the tackle for the
Let me make sure I get this pronunciation right. We had to ask about it earlier. Zaquiri Cannon Grant Fields with the return there. He's the starting quarterback for McMurray. And it's 1st and 10 Warhawks at their own 30 now. 9:01 to go in the third quarter. With the Warhawks holding on to a 1-point lead over your Southwestern Pirates. There's a handoff. Stutter step in the backfield for D. Robinson. He's got room over the left side. He's got a first down and more across the 45, pushing his way into Southwestern territory. The scrum piling up, and he will officially be marked down right around the Southwestern 48, but that's a 22-yard gain on first down.
Big, powerful running. He keeps his legs and feet moving and takes it upfield and makes great positive yardage for a big first down play.
1st and 10 for the Warhawks.
1st and 10 Warhawks at the Southwestern 48. Fake handoff, throw to the slot, complete. That is Dorsey at the 45. Tackled pretty quickly, and now a late flag comes in.
I'm curious. I'm thinking maybe they may call it a targeting.
I don't know.
Because they went helmet to helmet.
It's kind of a quick flag to come in there. We'll see. Here comes the announcement.
There is no foul for targeting.
Well, you saw it right, but they say it otherwise. No foul on targeting there, or for targeting. So it is a 3-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 7 on the way. McMurray with the football. Hagan Garvin taking the snaps. Will do so. Fakes the handoff. Pump fakes. Will throw deep down the sidelines. Got a man wide open at the 15. It's caught. 10, 5. Touchdown. McMurray Warhawks. Kevin Hurley takes it in from 45 yards. For Hurley, that is his 2nd touchdown of the season. He's the leading receiver on this ball club. And McMurray strikes big. McMurray coming out like a house of fire here in the second half after the first punt on the 45-yard touchdown pass. A little bit of a busted coverage there for Southwestern. Extra point attempt would put McMurray back up by 8 if it's successful. Pablo Simmental to kick. It's up. It's good. And your new score with 8:07 to go in the third quarter. The McMurray Warhawks lead Southwestern 22-14.
Well, Southwestern has their hands full down. They're down by 8. And I was sitting there thinking just a little bit ago, if this 15-14 score holds, that 2-point conversion back on the first score for McMurray looms large, and it even still does because they're down by 8. So they're really going to have to make things happen here moving forward.
Well, McMurray strikes on a 3-play, 70-yard drive, taking just 54 seconds off the clock. The big play, the 45-yard touchdown pass from Garvin to Hurley. By the way, an update from FBS 1A football. It looks like the Oklahoma Sooners will go down 48-41 in Manhattan, Kansas. Kansas State Wildcats, they struggled on offense at times this year, but man, Oklahoma, whose defense has been playing much better, they take one on the chin today.
Yeah, they take one, but they give up 48 points.
Yeah, a little surprising. I don't think Oklahoma, I think, was a 22-point favorite coming into that game today. So kicking it away is Pablo Simmental, the freshman. He's 2 for 2 on extra point today. There was a 2-point conversion for McMurray after their first score. There's an end-over-end kick. Brandenburg lets it go over his head. It'll bounce through the end zone, and there's a touchback. And that might be the lesson learned from David Brandenburg last week. He had a kickoff kind of go over his head, and it actually stopped, but he let it go around the 10. Now, it was windy last week. I think that played some tricks on things as well. But that one, he kind of planted his feet at the 5, let the ball roll over his head, go back for the touchback. Southwestern takes it at the 25.
A little bit over 8 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a very important lesson to learn.
8:07 to go here in the third quarter. Ball at the 25 for the Pirates. They trail it by 8 to the McMurray Warhawks. There's a handoff around the left side to Castilleja. He tries to cut up the field, but McMurray played that well. Only a yard gain for Austin Castilleja. It's second down. Southwestern trying to go back to that sweep play where they've had some success today, Michael.
McMurray did a good job on that, anticipating that. They spread their defensive front, the three-man front, out wide to contain the edge.
Southwestern's offense had it struggling to get going today as Coleman Kerr stays back there. Castilleja in motion. There's a handoff up the middle, and it is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Elijah Smith on the carry. Here comes third down. Southwestern's offense only has one touchdown today. Remember, one of the two scores for the Pirates was a pick six.
Smith on the carry for the Pirates.
It was a 1 yard gain for Elijah Smith, so here comes 3rd and 7 for the Pirates. 22-14, McMurray leading this ball game. And in motion. Fake handoff. Kerr to throw. Across the middle. Got a man complete at the 45. Across midfield and a first down for the Southwestern Pirates as he finds Anthony Stevens for a first down. Stevens, just his 6th catch of the season, but that's a big one, putting the Southwestern Pirates at the 48.
Well, I was about to say just a moment ago that at some point they got to start going to the air.
25-yard gain there on 3rd and 8. Devin Shaw in the backfield with Kerr. Fake handoff. Kerr to throw again, and the pocket just collapsed on him right up the middle, and it's a sack for the McMurray Warhawks. Number 44, the linebacker, Micus Garibaldi, with his 2nd sack of the year coming up with it.
Brings up 2nd down and 11.
Drops Southwestern back to the McMurray 49, so only a 1 yard loss. They were trying to hit that post route to David Brandenburg over the middle.
And he was about to pull the pin and launch that thing when the pocket collapsed and he got swallowed up.
2nd down and long for Southwestern. They need the McMurray 38. Castilleja in motion. Fake handoff, rolling left. Kerr will throw. Finds Castilleja coming out of the backfield across the 40 down the sideline to the 35 and pushed out of bounds there, but not before he gets enough for a first down. Nice little kind of option play coming around and then stop and throw. Get that defense moving, and Castilleja using the speed to pick up 15.
Yeah, Kerr worked that effectively to pull the defensive toward him, thinking it was the run and off of his receiver, and then just throws a little screen over to Castilleja.
Ball's at the 34 for the Pirates. Driving into McMurray territory here. Trying to answer back on the McMurray touchdown. Fake handoff. Kerr to keep it up the middle. And he'll pick up 2, maybe 3 on the carry. They'll officially mark him at the 32-yard line.
Brought down by Josh Smith of the Warhawks. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and 8 coming up. Under 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter already. Coleman Kerr with his offense back out there. Southwestern's gone to the air a couple of times here this drive and have been successful. 25-yard gain and a 15-yard gain through the air so far. Man in motion, fake handoff, Kerr to throw. It is incomplete. He was looking for Devin Shaw out of the backfield. There were 3 men around Shaw, and really Kerr and the Southwestern Pirates fortunate that ball fell to the ground.
If he would have gone to Brandenburg was wide open down the middle, running the slant through the middle, wide open. But he was looking for his first receiver and didn't make his check down to his second receiver. Brandenburg would have taken it to the house.
3rd down, 8 to go now for the Pirates. Kind of 4-down territory where they're at right now. Ball is at the 32, and motion against Southwestern will make this 3rd and longer. We'll move them back to the 37. Southwestern needs the 26 of McMurray here for a new set of downs.
Those self-inflicted wounds that'll eat you up, and it's been eating Southwestern all day long between turnovers and some untimely penalties.
Southwestern with 3 men in the formation. Third down, 13 now. Rolling to his right. Kerr to throw, sets, fires. Got a man open. It's complete to the 25, down to the 20. 15 down the sideline, inside the 10-yard line. First down for the Southwestern Pirates. I believe that was Lance Cruz coming up with the catch and run for the Pirates. Oh, no, excuse me. That was Joey Robinson. My apologies, 85. Freshman tight end. That's his 4th catch of the year. And it's a first down and goal for Southwestern from the 10. Robinson and Cruz were 85 and 86, and from a distance, they kind of look similar. There's a pitch out on the right side to Devin Shaw. He'll push his way up to about the 7-yard line. Actually, it was Elijah Smith. My apologies. Second down and goal. See who checks in now. Smith will go out of the game. Here comes Devin Shaw in. See how the Pirates decide to do this. Anthony Stevens down on the near side. 3 wide receivers to the top of the formation. Kerr a pass, throws a fade to Stevens. Corner of the end zone, incomplete. Defended in the corner by Chris Baker. And here comes 3rd and goal. This will be the 11th play of the drive for the Pirates. And really a touchdown will be almost kind of a must score here. Pirates trail it by 8, 3:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, Castilleja around the left side, trying to break it out. Breaks one tackle across the 5, dives to the end zone. He will be marked just short of the pylon. Oh man, 4th and goal Southwestern. Well, you know we're going to go for it here. Southwestern lining up quickly. Kerr takes a snap directly up the middle. He will score. Fire the cannons. Touchdown Pirates. Coleman Kerr plunges it in from 1 yard out on 4th and goal, and Southwestern's within a 2-point conversion from tying this game up. Big touchdown drive, Michael.
Huge. And Southwestern doing what they can do as an offense. A good mix of the run and the pass in that series of downs.
A 12-play drive that takes up 75 yards and 5:05 off the clock. Southwestern will go for 2 and try to tie it. J.J. Slack taking the snap here. Man goes into motion. Fake handoff. Slack keeps up the middle. He will walk in, and we got a tie ball game in Abilene. 22-22. Southwestern is knotted it up.
Well, that's the dynamic that he can bring to the run game.
Yeah, when he comes in and they put it in spread formation, you got to watch out for that inverted veer type offense where you fake this end around and the quarterback shoots up the middle. It's actually something that Gus Malzahn and Cam Newton made famous back in 2010 with as big as Newton was. Usually you see that quarterback go to the outside and the running back go inside. It's a bit of a reverse philosophy of that, and J.J. Slack runs that well.
Yes, he does. And for all the mistakes that have been made by Southwestern to be at this point right now where it's a tie ball game, you're thankful to be at a tie ball game.
3:02 left to go in the 3rd, all knotted up at 22 here in Abilene as Southwestern goes on a 12-play, 75-yard march to answer the McMurray touchdown.
That looms huge. Now they just need to take care of things defensively, make those adjustments to shut down the run game of the Warhawks and get them to a 3-and-out and get that ball back and hopefully take it back to the end zone and retake the lead.
It's a shot of energy to your defense, too. You know, the offense goes down the field, goes on a long march. You see them really, they converted a couple of 3rd and longs as well on the possession. There was a 3rd and 8 and a 3rd and 13 converted by Southwestern on that possession. And now your defense, with that shot of energy, can get back out there and try to get you a stop.
Well, the other thing, they got plenty of rest. How many plays was that on that drive?
That was 12 plays and over 5 minutes of game time off the clock. They'll run up in the kick from Will Erbst. A little high end-over-end pooch kick that will be fielded right around the 25. Almost dropped. McMurray with a return at the 30. He's upended right there. Number 12 with the return for McMurray was, I believe, Jalen Shepard. And it'll be first and 10 Southwest, first and 10 Warhawks from their own 29.
Number 12, Dwight Shepard on the return for the Warhawks.
2:58 to go here in the third quarter. So glad to have you all along here on SHN Sports. Thanks for sticking with us today.
29-yard line.
You have been treated to a good one. There's a handoff up the middle to Cameron Session. He just runs right into the line of scrimmage and then tries to knife his way for a yard or two. That's all he could pick up. Big number 50 there with the tackle was Chris Crawford. We called his name a lot today for that Southwestern defense.
Session picks up about a yard. It's second down and 9.
Second down and 9. Say hello to our friends in the Mahia Sports Network along today. So say hello to Miss Susan Dunaway watching in on the broadcast.
Now that Pirate defensive line on that play did what they need to do, and they just need to continue to do that. Control the line of scrimmage.
Second down 8. Hand off the Session over the left side. Whew, there they go. You just talked about it, controlling the line of scrimmage. And there were 2 or 3 Pirates just taking out the legs in, pushing that offensive line back, led by Garrett Womack, number 42, and number 77, Nick Hackett.
Yeah, they were lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I actually think they dropped a yard there, Michael.
Yeah, it was second down and 9. Now it's third down and 9. So
Third and 9 for McMurray, and a chance for the Pirates to force a 3-and-out after the long touchdown drive. And you have a chance now to put that McMurray defense right back on the field.
Yes, you do.
After the long drive. Garvin at quarterback takes the snap, drops back, looking, will throw deep down the left side, and it will be incomplete, batted away. Fantastic defense by the Pirates. Caleb Richardson knocking it away from the intended receiver, Kevin Hurley.
Man, he was in the right position. Wasn't quite back far enough to make the interception, but was able to get the hand up and bat it away as effectively as he did, because had he not, that was going to the house.
Yeah. Very good defense by the Pirates there as they forced the 3-and-out. Now Southwestern with a chance to grab all the momentum in this football game.
Yes, they can, right here.
Nico Porras to kick it away for McMurray. He sends one end over end to Patton, who has to go back on it, and this is just going to be fire as Southwestern will run away from the football. It's going to roll inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. So a nice kick there from Nico Porras. That'll net 52 yards. Minute 15 to go here in the third quarter.
Comes that Southwestern offense, Brad, and get it started, and we're going to take it down to the house.
Let's see how the Pirates respond after the defense forces a 3-and-out. The offense just went on a long march. Here they try to do it again. They take over at their own 18. Kerr back out on offense with 4 wide. Sends a man in motion. Fake handoff. Kerr to throw. He's got a man wide open. Brandenburg over the middle of the field. Spins off one tackle at the 35. Out to about the 40 as he pushes forward. A big first down for the Southwestern Pirates and a gain of 22. And there comes a late flag.
So interesting to see right there. But I don't know if you paid attention, Brad. Did you see how Brandenburg was holding that ball with both
2 hands over it as soon as he caught it.
Do you think that Coach Austin talked to them about ball or
ball security?
Security.
You're absolutely right. That conversation happened at the half.
Oh, you know it did.
Well, here we wait for the official word on what the flag was. It came in right at the end of the play there, Michael.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it might have been a late hit, but they're probably talking about it because it's kind of been going a little bit chippy back and forth.
Let's see.
Dead ball. Personal foul. 72 White. The line of game is made. First down.
Thomas Zinnick called for the personal foul for Southwestern, so that'll back it up 15 yards from the end of the play. So it'll still be first down for Southwestern. And I believe, the chains will move since it was after the play. So first and 10 at the 25 after the penalty.
But then, you negate a big play like that by a silly penalty.
Essentially a gain of 7 after the play now.
That is something that frustrates a coach to no end.
Devin Shaw in the backfield with Coleman and Kerr. Brandenburg in motion, fake handoff. Kerr around right in with the option. He will pitch to Brandenburg over across the 30-yard line and picks up about 5 on first down, so a nice first down gain for the Pirates. Second down, 5 to go as we are under 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. A very, very fast-moving third quarter here, Michael.
It has been.
Each team's only touched the ball a couple of times. McMurray's had 3 possessions. This is just Southwestern's third possession of the quarter. 10 seconds left. Southwestern could actually let it go down if they want to. Let's see if they snap it one more time. Pirates will with 1 second on the clock. Fake handoff. Ball's on the ground on the handoff, and McMurray gets it. Dakota Russell David alertly falls on the football. The 9th fumble of the game for Southwestern, the 7th one they've lost, and that will end the third quarter. Through 45 minutes of football here in Abilene, we got a good one, 22-22 between the Pirates and the McMurray Warhawks, but McMurray's going to take over after the fumble.
9 turnovers so far.
9 fumbles, 7 turnovers is what that'll come fall to. And really 6, because one of them, like we said earlier, was a turnover that on the same play was possessed by McMurray. They fumbled it right back to Southwestern on the same play. But yeah, that's at least 6 lost possessions for Southwestern.
Right.
So
and they turn it over in their own end of the field. So
yeah, this is at least the third one that I can think of that's been turned over deep in Southwestern's own territory.
Southwestern had the momentum, and now they gave that momentum right back to McMurray.
It is on the defense to come up with a big stand after forcing a 3-and-out last time. Ball at the Southwestern 28 after the fumble. 22-22 score as we start the fourth quarter. Garvin in at quarterback, takes the snap, hands off right up the middle to D. Robinson, who plunges into the line. He gets to the 26 and picks up about 2 on first down. Should bring up 2nd and 8. McMurray taking their time, getting in the formation, a bunched formation with 4 wide. They will fake the handoff, looking to throw. He's hit as he throws as Garvin. It's incomplete, intended for Kevin Hurley. But that man again, Garrett Womack, getting in the backfield to mess up the timing. Your third quarter stats through 3 quarters of play. Southwestern with 12 first downs, McMurray with 14. Southwestern and McMurray almost the same amount of yardage, 277 for Southwestern, 267 for McMurray. Southwestern passed for nearly 80 yards in that quarter, in the third quarter. But yeah, the big stat that sticks out at you, Southwestern 9 fumbles today, 7 of them lost. 3rd and 8. Snap back. Garvin looking to pass. Has plenty of time in the pocket. Will throw down the middle. He's got a man, and it's just a little bit too tall for Moses Fakoma. And here comes 4th down. He was open right at the goal line.
Southwestern got away with another penalty as one of the front men, the defensive line, hands to the face.
Well, here's an interesting spot. This is a 42-yard field goal attempt for Pablo Simontal. His long this season is just 32. It was last week. He went 2 for 2.
And let's remember, too, Brad, they set up for the field goal on that 2-point conversion.
Let's see if they snap it. They will. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is a low line drive, and it is good. A 42-yard kick from Pablo Simontal, and McMurray regains the lead, 25-22. Nothing you can do but tip your cap to that one. Crowd came unglued when that one went through.
Yeah, they were ecstatic about it.
So Pablo Simontal's 42-yard field goal. And if you're the Pirates defense, kind of a win. You know, you got put in a bad situation. The fumble deep in your own territory. You do hold McMurray to 3. And now you need the offense to get back out there and get that rhythm going they had in the third quarter.
Right, yeah, they had the momentum, the big momentum with them, and then made another key turnover in their own end of the field. So, yeah, I guess you can look at it as kind of a moral victory for the defense right there without them getting into the end zone on a short field. You got to take every positive you can out of that, Brad.
Absolutely. For McMurray on the drive, 3 plays, 2 yards, takes up 45 seconds. And the 42-yard field goal from Pablo Simontal puts them on the board. 25-22, McMurray leads. Southwestern get the ball back here. Still basically entire fourth quarter to go. There's 14-15 left in the ball game. The run up and the kick, an end over end one, fielded by Brandenburg at around the 13. Got some blockers across the 20. Going towards the sideline at the 25. Across the 30. Spins out of bounds, and he's out at the 33 and pushed out a little late. No flag down, so Southwestern will take over there. 14:08 to go in the ball game. Southwestern has 67 yards between itself and pay dirt, down 3. Coleman Kerr in the backfield with Devin Shaw. Fake handoff, pitch out to the right side. That's Castilleja. He's got the sideline, the speed turned on, and he'll be pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way to the 47 of McMurray, and that's a first down on a gain of 14.
Now that's what you got to do. And again, they took the edge, and the speed of Castilleja got him another big first down.
And that little bit of a passing game that Southwestern flashed in the third quarter seems to have opened up those outside running lanes a little more here, Michael. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Shaw behind Kerr. Fake handoff. Kerr's going to keep it up the middle across the 50. Got room to the 45. Spins forward. And he's going to be about 1 yard short of a first down, but a really, really good first down pickup and a gain of 9. They are into McMurray territory at the 44.
Well, that's a smart play by Kerr because it looked like he was going to go with the pitch out, and then he saw the lanes closing down, and he kept it himself.
Right up the middle for the Pirates. That'll be enough for a first down as they're out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4. And Southwestern moving the ball here on the quarterback keeper from Kerr.
Well, the good thing about it, if you're successful on the ground, it opens up the passing game. If you're successful through the air, it opens up the ground game. And that third quarter, definitely they have to respect Kerr's arm with 80 yards in that third quarter.
1st and 10 Southwestern. Ball's now at the 39-yard line officially. Kerr takes the snap, roll into his right, going to stop, looking to throw down the sideline. It is incomplete, just off the hands, and there's a late flag. I don't think the defender saw it. Number 8 has the flag thrown against him, Khalil Rawson. He was defending Anthony Stevens down the sideline, but that's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, he was all over Anthony Stevens.
We have a flag on the play, pass interference against the Warhawks.
So the PI will move the ball down to the 24, and that's enough for a first down.
Those big 15-yard variety penalties leech up.
1st and 10 for Southwestern. Driving on this McMurray defense. Again, Kerr will throw down the middle, and that should be a hold. There's no flag. Oh, my goodness.
He had a hold of him by the waist.
Anthony Stevens was streaking down the middle, and he got wrapped up in a bear hug at about the 12-yard line, and there was no holding penalty. My goodness.
Wow.
I have no explanation for that. 2nd down. Shaw in the backfield with Brandenburg. Man in motion. With Kerr. Kerr will stop. Will throw. Looking for Shaw in the backfield. It's caught at the 5. He will score. Fire the cannons. Touchdown Pirates. Southwestern with the lead for the first time today with 12:38 to go in the fourth quarter. A 24-yard strike from Coleman Kerr to Devin Shaw out of the backfield.
You can just see that coming as that play was developing. It's like, he fakes the pitch out to him and then draws back as he goes upfield and then lofts a pass over where because it was the only one that could catch it.
Well, a chance for Southwestern can put themselves up by 4 with this extra point. Erbst kicks it. It is up. It is good. And your new score with 12:38 to go in the ball game, Southwestern finds themselves on top for the first time all afternoon, 29-25.
Yeah, that's exciting. And they did what they had to do. They controlled the line of scrimmage. They used a good mix of run and pass to keep both of those games open and drive McMurray all the way back down and put that ball in the end zone.
5-play, 67-yard drive for the Pirates. It took just a minute and 30 seconds to answer the field goal for McMurray. And now Southwestern with the lead, and it's on the defense to get a stop.
There you go. You got to have your defense get a stop. They did a good job. This is where we talked about the moral victory just a while ago as they held McMurray to a field goal with a short field, and then gives their offense the opportunity to come back, and they drive the field and score the touchdown to take the lead for the first time, as you mentioned.
Well, the Pirates with the lead. Say hello to our main man, Chuck Cracy, listening in. He's and watching the stream today. Usually our sideline reporter, but Chuck couldn't make the trip today. So glad he's along. Also say hello to Dave Maiden. And I think Didi Gonzalez is the other person listening. I apologize. I can only see your screen name, so I'm taking a guess. But we appreciate everyone watching the broadcast today. 29-25, Pirates lead. They'll kick it off. Little pooch end over end, fielded. That'll be bounced off the deep man at the 15. And Southwestern is all there to smother him up. See if we can catch who made it. It was number 38 for the Pirates coming in on the tackle. Major George, the junior linebacker from San Marcos, coming in and putting down the big hit. I believe we got a Pirate down, and we do, across the way. See if we can figure out who that is and hope the young man is all right. Good kick return, or kick coverage there for the Pirates. Now all thoughts are with the injured Southwestern player. I think that's 36. It is. So that's number 36 down there. Bernard Sincheri, the injured Pirate. Donald Gonzalez, by the way, we say hello to you listening in and watching. And Sincheri will get up and walk off on his own.
That's what you like to see. He gets up, and he's not limping or anything like that, so you think maybe he had the wind knocked out of him and able to come back and play.
Always good to see him walk off under his own power after being down for that bit of time. 12:34 to go in the ball game. Southwestern leads it for the first time today. McMurray with the football at their own 25. Snapping a handoff, faked, throws far sideline, ball caught, making a man miss across the 30, down to the 35, and out of bounds. That's enough for a first down. Kevin Hurley, the receiver there. He'll pick up about 11 on the play, and that'll move the sticks. Well, Michael, we got an interesting game here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, we sure do.
Been a while since we had a tight one. There's a handoff to Session, bouncing it behind the line of scrimmage, trying to find room to go somewhere, and he just could not get any room to wiggle out of that. The entire Pirate defense almost created a little cocoon back there, which just gave him nowhere to go, and it was Jackson Reese stepping up to officially make the tackle.
That's what you need from your defensive front to continue to control that line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8
after the 2-yard gain. Fake handoff. Taking himself is Garvin over the left side, and he's only able to get a yard there. And here comes 3rd down. Combining in on the tackle was Chris Crawford and Nick Smith. This Warhawk team winless this year, but they are putting up one whale of a fight today on homecoming.
Oh, they are. And, of course, they've had the aid of 6 turnovers to help them along the way.
3rd down, 7. Snap, fake, looking to throw, coming up from behind, escaping out of the pocket is Garvin. Now he throws over the middle. It is tipped and incomplete. What a play by the defensive back for Southwestern, Josiah Minifield, because there was a man open for Garvin, and Minifield laid out and got a fingertip on the ball.
Huge, huge stop for Southwestern right here.
Pirates get off the field, and now the offense has a chance to maybe try to salt this thing away. They lead it by 4 with 11:09 to go in the fourth quarter. See it will be Patton back. A little end-over-end kick. Southwestern's got to watch out. This ball with the defenders going out, the blockers going down. It landed short, and it'll be fielded at the 39. But the blockers all have their backs turned, and that ball coming up short, you worry about it taking a bounce forward and hitting off of somebody's leg, and next thing you know, it's a live football.
Well, that kind of took a neutral bounce right there. It didn't go. It kind of went to the side. It didn't go back toward McMurray, and it didn't go towards Southwestern. But other than that, it was a short punt and sets Southwestern up with good field position right here, Brad.
So the ball's at the 39 for the Pirates in their own territory. They lead it by 4 after going on the 67-yard scoring drive last time with the ball. Handoff around the right side to Castilleja looking for the edge. Finally gets it at the sideline, stutter steps, and kind of dances forward a bit, just in and out, a couple of stutter steps, and all the way to the 46. That's making something out of not much there from Austin Castilleja. Run picks up 7 yards. It's second down and 3.
Brings up second down for the Pirates.
Coleman and Kerr patiently with the offense out there, kind of taking their time. No need to rush. He's got Shaw to his left. Sends Castilleja in motion. Kerr will fake, looks to throw. He's got a man, off the hands and incomplete. It was intended for Anthony Stevens, but a little bit wide of Stevens. Couldn't pull it in.
Third down for the Pirates.
Third down now for Southwestern. And the one thing you can't have if you're Southwestern here is a 3 and out after getting the big stop.
Right, you can't have that. You got to do something with this third down.
Third and 3. Fake handoff. Kerr keeps it up the middle himself. He will spin forward, and he's going to be really close to the mark. I mean, this is, depending on the spot, either a first down or it's 4th and a foot. They're going to say it's 4th and a foot. Southwestern leaving the offense out there and going to go fast.
Brings up 4th down.
Let's see if they go with the Pirates do what they did on the goal line earlier, which is a quick snap and a run up the middle. They do. Kerr keeps it himself. He's across the 50. That's enough for a first down. So the 4th down gamble pays off for head coach Joe Austin and the Pirates as they are at midfield and a new set of downs for the Pirates.
As a coach, you got to love this, Brad, when your offense is doing what you're asking it to do. And they're being successful right now. Through midway through the third quarter to where we're at right now, the offense is played phenomenally.
First down and 10, ball at midfield. Fake handoff, and J.J. Slack's in the game at quarterback. He'll go forward. Ball is out, and it's recovered by McMurray. Slack had gotten through the first part of the line, and the ball was poked out as he was running forward. McMurray recovers at the 36. For Southwestern, yet another ball on the turf. Let me get the right number here because there's a bunch of them now. I believe that's the 9th fumble and the 7th turnover for Southwestern. All of them on the ground. So McMurray takes back over. Ball at the 36.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one for sure. And the Warhawks have been successful at stripping the ball all afternoon long.
First and 10 for the Warhawks. Garvin to pass. Looking, throws to the left side, and it is in and out of the hands of Kevin Hurley. Just couldn't pull it down over by the sideline. Pushed out of bounds late with the contact there by Caleb Richardson. Here comes second down.
Defense really needs to help the offense. The defensive line has been doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage in this second half, and they need to continue to do that.
D-line nearly jumped there. McMurray's going to look back to the sideline and see about changing the play. Plenty of time. Still 9:18 to go in the ball game. 10 seconds on the play clock. There's the snap. They will throw across the middle, complete at the 42, and hit immediately is Moses Fakoma. It's out to the 43. Here comes third down and 3.
Mark Jackson on the tackle.
Mark Jackson there with the tackle. 3rd and 3 now for the Warhawks. Southwestern kind of grinding that line of scrimmage. Everybody's pretty tight here. There's a snap. They will throw again. Now it's a quarterback run. Garvin up the middle, runs over one guy, leaps over another, and he's got a first down at the 49. Kind of got upended, but picks up plenty of yardage. Needed 3. He got 6.
Now that was an athletic play by Garvin.
New set of down now for the Warhawks. Ball at their own 49. Garvin takes the snap. Shoulder fakes. Will throw down the seam into double coverage. It's incomplete and nearly intercepted. And there's a late flag. Ball was intended for Ariel Dorsey. And they're going to say Southwestern made contact even though Dorsey ran into the defender.
Yeah, he did run into him. So, I mean, that's not the defender's fault. He doesn't have to give up the ground.
Not at all. That's just that should just be an incomplete pass, but they're saying pass interference. It sure looks like it. Wow. The defender has a right to his position. And the ball was coming down in that area.
It was. But they also have a flag back here at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, I didn't see that one. But the way the McMurray Warhawks are clapping, I don't know if this is offsetting.
There's 2 penalties on the play. You got holding on the offense, number 59.
It will be.
You got defensive pass interference, number 11. Penalty will offset and good play down.
So a hold on the offensive line negates the pass interference, offsetting penalty, so you play first down.
Which was a questionable pass interference to begin with.
Absolutely. I didn't see it. You're like I said, you're allowed your space on the field as a defender. You do not have to give up that space, even if the guy's running. He's not entitled to it as a receiver.
Right. You don't have to move out of his way.
1st and 10, Warhawks. The Pirates lead by 4 here in the 4th quarter with 8:05 to go. Handoff over the right side. That's Session. He just lowers his shoulders and gets to about midfield. Nothing more there as he was taken down by Nick Smith. Here comes 2nd and 9.
Brings a 2nd down for the Warhawks.
Ball at the 50 on the right hash mark, moving left to right. Session again with the carry. Bounces it back out right, and he gets out to about the Southwestern 44 before he's taken down by a host of Pirates. Peyton Ludman in on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 3 now for the Warhawks at the 44. They need the 41 for a fresh set of downs. And with 7:13 to go in the game, this might be 4-down territory for the Warhawks. They trail it by 4. Southwestern has their first lead of the game after a 24-yard touchdown pass from Coleman Kerr to Devin Shaw earlier in the 4th. Handoff left side. Session cuts up the field. He's got a first down across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Well, McMurray has just gone to the ground game here, partner.
Well, what they're trying to do is to control the clock, but yet get into the end zone on this drive right here.
Yeah, they've gone into – they're not hurrying at all. They're letting the clock run down, just running their offense. Plenty of time right now for the McMurray Warhawks to work with. There's a handoff up the middle across the 35, and hit hard at the 34 was Cameron Session. That's a 5-yard gain on first down. McMurray's just picking up 4 or 5 yards a carry right now.
And they'll continue to do that as long as they're successful at it. It's up to Southwestern to break that trend.
It's a shade over 6 minutes to go in the ball game now. Southwestern bringing up the heat. There's a handoff over the right side. This one to Ariel Dorsey, the wide receiver, on the sweep play. A little bit of extracurricular after the play. Dorsey's tackled at the 31, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
David Smith on the carry for the Warhawks. Brings up 3rd and short.
Looks like McMurray's going to bring some beef in for this 3rd and 2 play. Brought in big number 92 on the roster. That's Caleb Smith. He's actually a defensive lineman. playing on that left side of the offensive line here. He's kind of playing that tight end position on the far left side. They might just go right at Southwestern. They do on the handoff. That's plenty of room for a first down. Breaking a tackle is D. Robinson. He's across the 20, down to the 15, and all the way down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 21, and I believe it's going to be first and goal. Ball spotted right on the 10, so McMurray needs the end zone. They cannot get a fresh set of downs. And either a flag or a timeout. There was a man coming off late for Southwestern, and a timeout had to be called to avoid the penalty. You got to take that timeout. I know you might say, well, why wouldn't you want to keep the timeout? But if you give up the penalty, now McMurray's first and goal from the 5, first and goal from the 10. That's a tougher proposition.
It really is, and you don't want to put them that close, especially as successful as they're being with the ground game on this possession.
5:11 to go in the ball game. McMurray going on a march right now. They've had the ball for the last 4 minutes and 12 seconds. This drive started at their own 36 after recovering a fumble. The 9th fumble of the game for Southwestern. The Pirates have lost 7 of them. And McMurray trying to cash it in and regain the lead. 29-25, Southwestern leads this football game right now.
Now what's interesting, Brad, is you see the evolution of a football game where you have the defense that on a series they control the ground game. They keep it at a minimum. But now you're seeing that turn and McMurray having success on the ground.
29-25, McMurray driving. We're going to have to send Mr. Francis downstairs here in just a minute for the post-game interview. He'll be doing color from the sidelines the rest of the way as the handoff. There's a late flag. That's going to be a false start against McMurray. False start goes against McMurray's number 65. Not on the Andrew Zamora, the right guard, a freshman. It'll be first and goal from the 15 now for the Warhawks. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Southwestern up by 4. McMurray needs the end zone. There's a fake handoff. Garvin rolling to his left, being chased from behind, gets out of one tackle, will throw towards the sideline, just kind of threw it away. It's incomplete. Garrett Womack with the pressure in the backfield. Next play will be the 11th one of the drive for the Warhawks. A drive that started at their own 36. McMurray looking for their first win of the season. Southwestern trying to pick up victory number 4 and get back to 500 in conference play. Remember last year, the last month of the season, Southwestern really turned it on. They won
really
4
did.
straight to end the year last year. 2nd and 15, snap back. Garvin looking, will throw towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. The coaching staff on the near side looking for a flag. They do not get it. Pass was intended for Kevin Hurley. Here comes third down.
Now they're fortunate they didn't get flagged for roughing the passer.
Third down and goal from the 15 for McMurray.
I think if he'd been one more step away from him and made the hit, they definitely would have threw the flag.
There's another flag pre-snap. Ball was thrown in the end zone. Won't count anyway. And it'll be offsides against Southwestern. So the 5-yard penalty puts McMurray back where they started on this goal-to-go situation. It was at the 10, back to the 15 for 2 plays, now back to the 10 on 3rd and goal. 4:56 to go in the game. 4 wide for McMurray. D. Robinson in the backfield with Hagan Garvin. Quarterback looks over to his sideline. Southwestern with a bunch of defensive backs in there right now. There's a handoff up the middle. Robinson inside the 5, pushing forward. He is down at the 2 rather. And it'll be 4th and goal from right there. That's a play call that tells me they were going for it no matter what on 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go quick to McMurray. Robinson lines up in the backfield with with Garvin. Fourth and goal. Southwestern crowding the line of scrimmage. And time called right before the snap. McMurray calls for the timeout.
Well, that'll keep you on the edge of your seat right there.
29-25, Southwestern with the lead. 4 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the football game. And it'll be fourth and goal for McMurray from the 2. A good one here that you've been able to watch on SHN Sports this afternoon. So glad to have you all along. Don't forget, next week, and for the next 2 weeks, the Pirates are back at home next week. A 1 o'clock kickoff against East Texas Baptist in Georgetown. We'll have all the action right here on SHN Sports, but we'd love to have you at the stadium as well. Little old school "Hey Baby" going on with the band down here. The McMurray playing it on homecoming. Good crowd for homecoming here today for this McMurray ball club. McMurray, of course, one of 2 teams in Abilene here in the American Southwest Conference, along with Hardin-Simmons. We'll check in on that game here in a second, by the way, because they were leading Mary Hardin-Baylor at the half. Of course, you also have Abilene Christian up here, a very, very good FCS school. Fourth and goal from the 2. Cameron Session in, taking the direct snap in a wildcat formation. Actually, this is D. Robinson. And a flag is thrown, and that's going to go against McMurray. False start against McMurray.
Wow.
Number 70, the left guard, Tyrick Gill, a freshman, takes the false start, and that'll back him up to the 7.
This series of downs right here with first and goal, Brad.
It feels like we've been goal to go for a while now.
Yes, it has. It just keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Well, McMurray changing the play up. They got 20 seconds to get this off, bringing the quarterback Garvin back on the field. Fourth and goal now from the 7. Hagen Garvin looking to the sideline. I'm not sure he knows exactly what play he's got. Here we go. 9 seconds on the play clock. There's the snap, looking to throw. Getting chased, and he is sacked in the backfield. That'll be a turnover on downs. Shooting through is Major George, and Southwestern's defense holds. Wow.
Outstanding. They evade an attack of McMurray that just drove the field at will.
Wow. That is the play of the year so far for the Pirates in their games. This is game number 7. That might have saved you. Get back and the Southwestern gets out of this with a win. That's the play you circle right now.
It has to be.
So, Michael, we'll send you downstairs, and you'll chime in with color on your microphone down there and get post-game interview with Coach Austin. We'll continue to carry the broadcast up here, folks. So Michael will be back in with us in just a minute once he's downstairs. It'll be 1st and 10 Southwestern. They send J.J. Slack in at quarterback in the I formation. And Southwestern moves early. That's going to be a false start. False start against Southwestern. The fullback moved forward a little early there. So it'll be 1st and 15. Ball at the 13-yard line for the Pirates in their own territory. But one thing they can't have is another fumble. Pirates have had trouble putting the ball on the ground today. Devin Shaw lines up in the eye behind J.J. Slack. He sends a man in motion. Pitch out to Shaw over the right side. He will cut upfield, holding that football with 2 hands, and he gets to the 15. A gain of 2. 2nd down and 13 to go. Trying to get you a score update here, folks. Wow. Final score in Belton. Mary Hardin-Baylor survives 15-14 over Hardin-Simmons. I think they kicked a field goal at the buzzer. Wow. 3:50 to go here. 4 wide for Southwestern. Coleman Kerr taking the snaps. Sends a man in motion. Hands it. No, fakes it. Coleman Kerr keeps it up the middle across the 20 out to the 21. And it'll be 3rd down and about 7 for Southwestern. Coach Austin mentioned it the other day that Coleman getting a little healthier, and you can see the spring back in his step as he's running. And that quarterback run, such a big part of the offense here for the Pirates. As the clock winds down, the next snap will happen with under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. The Pirates lead it by 4. McMurray's fans getting loud, trying to get their team possession one more time. Third and 7. There's a busted play. Kerr looking to throw. Now he's just trying to scramble, and it will be enough for a yard, but no more. He kind of collided with the running back, Devin Shaw, back there. And here comes 4th down.
Jalen Gomez with the tackle. This will bring up 4th down for the Pirates.
Southwestern will have to punt it away, but they're going to let this clock run as much as possible. 2:34 to go. They don't have to kick it until there's about 2:07 or so left on the clock. They may even just let it run, take a timeout before punting here. 29-25. Your score. Southwestern leads McMurray. It is McMurray's homecoming, and they have played a pretty good football game, have the Warhawks today. All credit to them. They've taken advantage of a bunch of Southwestern miscues as well, but with their backs against the wall earlier in the 4th quarter, Southwestern able to drive the field and get a big touchdown to take their first lead of the game. And they're trying to make it stick here. They had that touchdown on the board with about 12 minutes and 35 seconds or so to go in the game, and nobody's touched the scoreboard since then. 2:06 to go after Southwestern just called that timeout. By far and away the tightest game we've had here all year for the Pirates. Southwestern and McMurray taking the field now after the timeout. Closest game to point this year was only a 10-point game at Belhaven, a victory for the Pirates. So looks like this could be the first one-score football game of the season. McMurray played a one-score game just last week. They lost by 2 to East Texas Baptist. There's the snap. It is kicked away by Victor Winfield. A high spiraling kick, sending the returner back all the way to the 25-yard line. That was a huge kick from Victor Winfield, Michael, because he just flipped the field completely.
He did, and they're excited as can be over here on the sidelines. Now the defense has got to stand up, and they've got to do what they've done, and that's to shut down this McMurray offense. They can't give up these runs. Well, you're not looking to McMurray to run. They're going to have to really get through the air with a minute left in the game.
I'm doing my math right, and don't hold me to it. That was a 53-yard boot from Winfield. Woo.
So, yeah, right with 2 minutes left in the game, they're going to have to control the line of scrimmage right here.
2 minutes to go. Ball at the 25. Handoff to Cameron Session, bouncing it to the right. Breaks out of one tackle. He's out to the 35. That's a first down.
The big thing that they've got to do here, Brad, is when they have a guy wrapped up at the ankles, he needs his teammates to come over there and swallow him up so he's not breaking loose and getting secondary yardage.
Session stays in the backfield with Hagan Garvin. A handoff over the right side, and he'll push his way up to the 40 before he's tackled there by Josiah Minifield. A gain of 5. 2nd and 5, a minute 30 to go on the clock.
5 yards, second down for the Warhawks.
Warhawks having to go fast with the clock running. Another handoff to Session, and he just picks up a couple of yards, nothing more. Stepping up to make that tackle was Chris Crawford, the senior. I think we got a timeout. Bit of a break against Southwestern. The clock stopped here, but there was no timeout. McMurray, wow, surprising, Michael. They don't have a play ready to go despite that clock being stopped there.
Right, yeah, it's interesting that they had the time stopped, but it's running again.
And they're not ready. A minute to go in the ball game. The clock is running. McMurray with the ball. It is 3rd and 4. A reverse to the near sideline. Ariel Dorsey has that one snuffed out. Several Southwestern defenders there to make the tackle. He only gains a couple of yards. Here comes 4th and short. That was read beautifully.
Southwestern's got to play smart here and not give up any encroachment penalties and give them a first down. You've got their backs against the wall right here, Brad, and they just need to take care of their business, and they can close this one out.
Well, Southwestern has forced a 4th and 1.5 yards for McMurray. 45 seconds to go on the clock. I think that was McMurray's second charge time out of the half that they just took there, Michael. Couldn't hear it up here, but I think that's right. I think each team has one left.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah. A good contingent of Southwestern fans made the trip up today as well. They are on their feet watching this one, trying to bring home the W back to Georgetown.
Well, they've definitely got their money's worth today.
Absolutely. Worth the price of admission and the gas to get up here for sure. 4th and ball game from the McMurray 44. Let's see if the defense can step up one more time. 45 seconds to go. Egan Garvin calls for the snap, trying to get him a jump, and Southwestern held on. 2 wideouts to the left. Garvin hands it off over the right side. It's going to be enough for a first down for D. Robinson as he's out across the 50. That'll temporarily stop the clock. A ball in midfield. 39.5 seconds to go on the clock. Cameron Session runs in at running back. Clock running. Fake handoff. Garvin rolling out to his left, looking to throw, and just chunks it out of bounds. Michael, that could be grounding. He wasn't out of the pocket.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't see any flags on the field, so they didn't call that.
Well, throws it away. 26.7 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10, McMurray. They need the end zone, trailing by 4 to Southwestern.
Southwestern secondary doing a good job of covering the receivers of McMurray and made him throw it out of bounds.
2nd down, 10 to go. The snap. Garvin in the pocket, rolling out to his right. Will throw. He's got a man open at the 35. It's caught. First down. Ariel Dorsey finds his way into some open space. 21.5 on the clock.
They got to move quickly.
Well, that's out of bounds. They got time now.
Well, no, I'm just saying because a field goal isn't going to do it for them. They have to put it in the end zone.
Absolutely. 21.5 on the clock. Believe McMurray has 1 timeout left. It's not on the board, folks, so we're having to take a guess here. There's a snap to Garvin. Rush coming up the middle. He will step up. He's got a man open far side. Caught and tackled inbounds is Ariel Dorsey. And timeout has to be called by McMurray. Great tackle on the far sideline for Southwestern. Is that Damian Dawson, number 5, that came up with it, Michael?
Yes, I believe it was.
That is their final timeout of the ball game. 11.3 seconds to go. McMurray with the ball at the 28. But, man, that tackle forces the final timeout to be called. So anything tackled in bounds here probably gets close to finishing the game as long as it's not a first down. By the way, we do have a Pirate down. We'll check and see who it is.
Number 34.
Number 34. So that's going to be Nick Smith down there, the senior defensive end.
Yeah, the coaches were calling for a holding penalty right there, Brad, because he was being held by the tackle and actually threw him down to the ground, and they didn't get the hold call.
Well, hopefully Nick will be okay. He's taking his time here. They're taking their time attending to him. We want to make sure he's 100% good to go.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how that unfolded right there because the lineman landed on top of him. So it could have knocked the wind out of him, or it could be something else.
Well, trainers continue to give him a look. Now some McMurray trainers coming over to help as well. Looks like they're going to be able to help him up, and he'll at least be able to walk off the field. He'll do so under his own power. A nice hand from the fans here in attendance. So it's 2nd and 3, Warhawks. 11.3 seconds on the clock. They need the end zone. Southwestern leads it by 4. One whale of a ball game this afternoon for you folks.
And both teams fighting for their lives right here.
McMurray looking for their first win of the year. Southwestern trying to get their 4th. Snap back. Garvin to throw to the end zone. It is incomplete at the goal line. Intended for Kevin Hurley. And it was broken up at the last possible second by Jackson Reese. 5.9 seconds to go.
Yeah, they get one more shot.
Hurley had position. He kind of had Reese posted up there, but Reese was able to get his hand around and knock it out. Likely the final play of the game. Southwestern sends 6 men back. Ball snapped over the quarterback's head. Garvin fields it. He is sacked, and that will end the ball game. Raise the black flags. Southwestern wins 29-25 on the road this afternoon.
Oh, my gosh. Can you believe that the final play of the game is going to end on a bad snap?
Oh, man. Southwestern goes on the road, picks up the hard-fought victory over the McMurray Warhawks. Homecoming here in Abilene, 29-25. Southwestern gets the victory. Woo!
Boy, that is really something, especially with the adversity that Southwestern had to overcome to climb back into this ball game and take the lead with all the turnovers that they gave up to McMurray and short fields that they gave up to McMurray.
My goodness, the handshake's happening down there. Michael, we'll have you head towards midfield there and catch Coach Austin for a post-game interview as we start to recap this one, as all the handshakes from the team, the players and the coaches near the sidelines. Man, oh man, 29-25 Southwestern had one lead today. They got it in the fourth quarter on a touchdown pass from Coleman Kerr to Devin Shaw coming out of the backfield, and it happened early in the fourth quarter. And Southwestern with 2 big stands, one at the goal line on 4th and goal from the 2 and the other to end the ball game. And we see Coach Austin heading to Mr. Michael Francis, and Michael, will send it down to you for the post-game interview with the victorious head coach.
All right. Coach Austin, you got to be ecstatic coming off the adversity of all the turnovers in short field that y'all gave to McMurray and come up with this victory.
You know, I don't know how to describe it. We fumbled 10 times and lost 7 of them. So, you know, but a win's a win. You take it what you can. Our defense kept bailing us out every time. We didn't play very well today, obviously, in a lot of phases. Some guys played well, but yeah, our defense really bailed us out for sure.
They really
did.
did.
And our punter, Victor. I'm gonna have you talk to him next. Tell us how you saved the game by flipping the field so many times.
Yeah. So
give us 1 second.
So, did you think that the ball game would end on a bad snap?
With that game, who knows?
Michael,
Right.
With that game, who knows? Who knows?
Michael would love to hear his thoughts on the big goal line stand in the fourth quarter.
Keep my eye on what's going on in the middle. I think they got that cleaned up.
What are your thoughts on the big goal line stand that y'all had?
Well, a great job by our defense. They won the game. They kept us in it. They scored themselves. Our defense won it because our offense put the ball on the field 10 times.
So, but you did see some positives from the offense in the third and fourth quarter. You had, on your scores, you had a good mix of both the run and the pass. So you were seeing something positive from them. Unfortunately, they were stripping the ball left and right, and that's obviously something that they've worked on quite a bit, because every time they were wrapping your guys up, they were trying to strip the ball.
They did a good job, but it just was a lack of focused execution today. But we're not bad on offense, so I expect to see some good things, but just way too many mistakes. So I think the only I can tell now, kind of a shell-shocked emotion, is I think our defense carried the game. Offense fumbled it 10 times, right?
So let me ask you this, and Brad and I were talking about this. What was your message to the offense at halftime?
Nothing. They know, right? A player fumbles, he knows that he fumbled, and there's not really a coaching point in the middle of the game. They know how to secure the football. They've been playing football since they were kids. They work ball security. They know ball security. So the message actually is you have to shake off those mistakes. You can't let it affect you for the rest of the game. And so that was our only messaging. And that wasn't at halftime. That was during the game. It was if a guy fumbled, we got to shake that off. You got to get ready to go again.
So your quarterbacks both bring a different dynamic to the game, and you saw some success with Kerr, and you also saw some success with Slack as well.
Yeah, they're fighting hard. They're doing a great job. They both made mistakes today. They both put the ball on the ground and turned it over, but they both also made some really big plays, not only on offense for JJ, but on special teams. He made some great plays, and Austin, led those second half drives, made some really nice throws. So they're young. Coleman's a sophomore and JJ's a freshman, so there's lots of good football in front of those guys.
So what's your takeaway from the game to prepare for next week now that you're going to have 2 games at home?
Early for that, I guess. We just got to go watch the film of us and see what we can correct from this, and try to work hard against a pretty good ETBU team.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. We appreciate it, and we'll send it up to Victor
Thank you so much,
Winfield.
Coach. We appreciate it very much.
Come on in, Victor.
We'll have Victor Winfield next. The punter, he had a great game last week, Michael, and today really flipped the field at the end and gave Southwestern forced McMurray to go a long way with that final drive.
Boy, he really did. On that final drive, and you come in to punt, and you really turned the field on McMurray and put their backs to the wall and gave your defense a shot. What were you thinking whenever you took that snap?
I knew they were coming fast. They came fast the whole game, and I knew that I needed to get it off fast. And the whole student section was behind me, yelling that I couldn't drop the ball. So I just knew I needed to get it off fast. So I trusted my blockers, and I saw they didn't rush heavy, so I took my time and I just sent it to the end of the world, and then we flipped the field and we gave the defense a good good way to finish the game.
So this is an emotional victory after a lot of adversity in the game and a lot of turnovers. So you doing your part to come in here and move them back down the field, and I'm sure you've got to be ecstatic that y'all were able to come away with a victory.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we had some problems during the game, but that happens in some games, and we just didn't have our best game today. And at the end, I just saw my moment to take advantage of a great chance to win this game, give us a good chance to win this game, and I just punted it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, congratulations on the victory, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Michael, we appreciate it down there. As we'll let you come on back up here and get warmed up, and we'll start heading our way back to Georgetown as Southwestern has picked up the victory. Your final score 29-25 this afternoon. Let's quickly run you through the scoring recap one more time. McMurray got the opening lead after Southwestern fumbled on the second play of the game. McMurray had a short field. They went 3 plays, 38 yards, capped off by a Cameron Session 27-yard touchdown run. They completed a 2-point conversion. It was 8-0. The next drive, though, Southwestern answered back a 4-play, 65-yard drive. Austin Castilleja takes it in from 40 yards out. It was 8-7. Couple of fumbles later, and then McMurray got great field position again at the Southwestern 26. It took them just 3 plays to cash in. Session with a 10-yard touchdown run, his second of the game, made it 15-7. McMurray would force a Southwestern punt. They got the ball back, but a pick six by Damian Dawson going about 60 yards the other way pulled the Pirates within a point. It was 15-14 McMurray at the half. Coming out of halftime, it was McMurray on their second drive of the half, again taking advantage of going a long way this time for the field. They go 70 yards in just 3 plays. It was a touchdown pass from the quarterback Hagan Garvin to Kevin Hurley of 45 yards, 22-14. McMurray with the lead there. But the Pirates answered right back, as they did most of the day, with a quick touchdown. It was a 12-play, 75-yard drive, taking 5:05 off the clock, and a touchdown pass, a Coleman Kerr 1-yard touchdown run on 4th and goal. J.J. Slack would have a 2-point conversion, and we were all knotted up at 22 through 3 quarters of play. Starting into the fourth, though, early in the fourth quarter, McMurray got a Southwestern fumble, recovered at the Southwestern 28. The defense, though, held and forced a field goal. It was a 42-yarder that was good from Pablo Simontal. That made it 25-22 McMurray. The next drive, though, Southwestern goes 67 yards over 5 plays. Coleman Kerr found Devin Shaw coming out of the backfield. 29-25 at that point, with about 12 minutes and 35 seconds or so left in the game, and then it was all on the Southwestern defense. The offense fumbled it at one point. McMurray drives all the way down to the 2. Southwestern able to bow up and stop them, and then after having to punt it away, and the biggest punt of the season, Victor Winfield flipped the field. He punted from his own 22, forced McMurray back to their own 25. McMurray had to go the length of the field. They needed the end zone for the final possession and a score with about 2 minutes to go. They come up short as the final play of the game. They did have one pass that was incomplete in the end zone, and then the next play, the final play of the game, snapped over the head of quarterback Hagan Garvin. That's how it ended, and the Pirates escape Abilene with a 29-25 victory here this afternoon. Want to thank everyone involved with Southwestern University football and SHN Sports for making this broadcast possible today, and want to thank our team as well. Mickey Holden on camera, Nathan Height, our producer-engineer, and Mr. Michael Francis pulling double duty on color and sideline reporting today. For all that crew, my name's Brad Tillery. We appreciate you joining us today. Join us again Thursday night for SU Football Weekly at 6 o'clock from the Sheridan in Georgetown. And then next Saturday, 1 o'clock, the kickoff back in Georgetown at the Birkelbach Field as East Texas Baptist comes calling, and your Southwestern Pirates look to win their second straight victory. One final time from Abilene this afternoon on the campus of McMurray University. The Southwestern Pirates pick up a hard-fought 29-25 victory and move to 4-3 this season, 3-3 in conference play. We'll talk to you Thursday night for the Coaches Show. Have a safe and happy weekend, everybody.